So, we left off last week. You guys talked to some people, mainly talked to the principal himself after, let's see, there were some shenanigans at the cafeteria where there was a battle of the chefs. And the main thing that happened was you talked to the principal, who told you guys some things, told some of you guys some things, erased most of your memories of certain things, so we're going to ignore that happened, and told you all that anyone has a favor from him. Uh, some of you took him up, some of you didn't, and one of you learned that your patron was not a demonic evil creature from the Nine Hells, but in fact a fairy playing tricks. Which was strange because fairies don't exist. There's a bunch of creatures like it, but not in D&D. In this D&D. With that information, let's see. Talked to a random woman, random girl helped her out with just maybe buying clothes or something. Newer stuff because she's obviously on hard times. Mallory, who got a crush on Hope.
And my notes from last week say vampire.
Ah, yes. So
yes, vampire.
It is on the list of things to do, is talk to that vampire, and you also heard mention from Mary and Pemberley from the inn that there's some supply issues going on with the orphanage, from the orphanage where they're from. Adventurers from the Adventurers Guild had a part in it, and they say that they are fine and they don't need you guys to help them. But with all that being done, we will start this session with the weekend begun. Saturday morning, you guys are free to go about, and if you all wish to go to the vampire's office, you may.
Quickly before we get fully started, I might have to dip a couple of times because I'm trying to do birthday celebrations and this at the same time.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Got one thing from the recap was our letters to our families, respective families.
Yes.
Yes.
Miss Plenumbra made mentions of details to your families that shouldn't really be available, but yet she does so anyway. So going down the list, Hope, your reply is family is all good. Valeris is still the guard. Parents are still doing fine. The only new thing that happens is Lyra got a job as a secretary to the Angelside mayor.
That's new.
Warden, you got your message back. Ulfgar.
Mm-hmm.
The reply comes, it is in high spirits.
That's good.
Helja is doing well, and she's working hard. It is very hard, and she might need some help sometimes, and hopes you a swift return. But she understands. And the only mention of something new happening in her letter is that there's a new building being constructed across the street from hers, from the inn.
Does she make any mention of what kind of building it is?
She doesn't know. It's mainly just plot being, the foundation being built, and nobody has said exactly what it is yet. And
right,
Val
that's
didn't send anything, so that's it.
Yep. Because Val promised that he would contact again when he finally was a success and turn things around.
Yep. But yeah, nobody's home is burned down.
as far
Nothing
as we know.
crazy has happened, but you may all talk about your replies and whatnot. The session is
Well,
yours.
that's a relief for sure.
I'm glad
Sorry,
it's put you in better spirits.
Well, wasn't expecting my sister to get a job on the angel side of things.
No?
Not everyone likes how our family is split down the middle.
Yeah. People are strange beasts.
Very true. How about you?
Never sent anything out.
Hmm.
Really,
How can I-
Radar? Why did you not contact your family?
For the same reason I can't go back.
You were exiled, but not forbidden to speak with your family?
Is one not the same?
No.
Depends on. Depends on who you ask, really.
These people believe they're the same. And as much as I wanted to send letter, I fear that me sending something would only enrage them more and bring anger down on my father.
Lad, I wish I knew. I would have asked. I'll go to check in on them.
It's fine. I didn't say anything for a reason. It's better that I distance myself from him as much as I can for now. At least till I'm able to face those demons myself.
Scar reaches up his hand as high as he can go and just pats Raybar's shoulder.
Thank you, old friend. You being here
Make
does
sure you-
mean a lot to me.
Make sure you don't strain yourself, though, either. You're not exactly alone anymore.
And I thank you all for that. It means quite a lot.
Hope kind of nods. Kind of spawns a light in his hand and just starts to toss it back and forth between his hands, fidgeting.
Well, my old man apparently has started developing Alzheimer's because he didn't remember me, despite the fact that I signed the letter, your daughter. He only has the one.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, he was supposedly, according to my mother, and I don't really trust my mother's accounts. He was a little bit of a lech beforehand, but I am very skeptical that anyone would try to contact him in the middle of the forest, except for me, who left him there.
Oh, you might think that. You may think that. I bet
let
you
you
old
ask-
man is a fox himself.
Either
I'll
way,
let you
it's
ask
not
him.
like I can. It's not like I can actually sign the letter with my name. My name is gone. So
Right, you mentioned that. That still confuses me.
and I don't really know how to get it back. So in the meantime, I'll use this title that I was given. So
Well, if the connection is what we think it is, I might be able to help, but I don't really know how yet.
maybe, but I mean that's also just a problem with my friend, my druid friend that gave me the powers. So whenever she comes calling, I'll see if I can get it back.
To point out
Worth
that
a
as soon
try.
as, sorry,
That
As
was
soon
it.
as,
You can go ahead.
as soon as Hope starts kind of playing with the light, you see Raybar kind of like, oh, right, and starts doing the exact same, just tossing it between the hands.
You know how to do this too. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but
Only a bit of magic I know.
And then
Val just
Fair.
looks at them,
another piece
pulls
of mail
out
comes
a
in.
silver coin, and just starts doing the same thing with a coin. Like, I ain't special.
wait, what's this? What's this extra mail?
Yes, as you're all shooting the breeze in a public area, one of the Hunter's Clan comes to you and addresses Warden. There's a letter for you, ma'am. And holds up a letter with a strange green wax seal.
Thank you. Give me a minute, and she'll open the
Bows
the
and
letter.
takes a couple steps back to give you privacy. But in the area if you need a return letter sent. Upon opening, in spiraling green ink, as deep as emerald, it says, "Goodbye and good luck."
Do you know who sent this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And then, she'll pass it over to whoever's sitting next to her. I'm gonna say that it's probably Hope, and say, what do you make of this?
Nothing of note on it at all. Just goodbye and good luck.
There's a smell.
Does it smell like cinnamon?
Yes, but less of the cinnamon you get in cooking, but more of like it was sent through a forest of cinnamon,
Oh.
like the tree
Hope
in
kinda-
which it comes from.
Hope kind of gives a large sniff. I mean, this thing reeks of cinnamon.
Hey Scott, just for the idea, could I insight writing to try to get like a feeling behind the writing?
Go ahead, inside it.
If I get a chance to read it, I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet.
I mean, I imagine Hope's kind of passed
Yeah,
around.
It's open for everyone to look over.
Okay.
Yeah, Warden handed it off to Hope, so if you want to be next in line.
Hope
Sure.
passes it to Raybar.
As
Alright. I'm gonna insight it.
I was gonna say, as Hope reads, Foul's gonna lean over his shoulder and try to read it too.
16. That's enough to tell that something's off with the lettering. You realize it's not smooth strokes. Jagged and strange, like a pen was being bumped along at in steady intervals. And
Would it
there's a
be like-
pattern to it.
There's a pattern to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, does it look like with my proficiency in land vehicles, does it look like somebody was riding while on a carriage? But if there's a pattern, never mind.
Yeah, you've written on carriages before and seen writing done from it, and this is like you're gonna have to do some closer inspection with something else.
There's something off here about the way that the letters etched almost. It doesn't feel like a quill wrote it, but more a. It's hard to explain. It just something's off about these letters. If you take a
Hope
look at them,
kinda-
you'll see. I point
Hope
out
kinda-
kind of what I found.
He cocks his head. Is this arcane in any way that I can tell?
No.
It's not like a veiled sigil of any sort.
I had a
I
thought
mean,
that
I'm
might be
pretty
that.
certain I know who it's from. I'm just trying to see if
trying to
you
see if
guys
there's
can
anything
get
else.
me.
Here's a long shot. Hearing the fact that, like, what Warden is and kind of getting a gist of an idea from the description, can I make a nature check?
Go ahead, make a nature check.
It's bad, but yeah. Oh yeah, I'm real bad at
Nothing.
intelligence, but I was gonna try.
Yeah, not sure about the origin of this ink or anything like that.
I got nothing else but the weird lettering here. I'll hand it back to Warden.
Can I do the same with the higher nature score?
Yeah.
And proficiency.
5.
I like it.
You know that the ink could come from two places. One, like some deep, underdark gem that's been crushed up and infused with ink, maybe? It would take a master craftsman, or it just isn't of this plane of existence.
Yep, that's exactly who it is. Okay. This would be my friend that sent this letter, and I knew this before, but that just kind of seals the deal.
The dryad you mentioned?
Yes, if you take a look at this, this ink that you see, you can't get it here, or at least it would be exorbitantly expensive if it were.
Wait, here is in here in the
this
city,
world.
or oh,
I've
he kind of
figured
gives
out.
you a puzzled look.
I've learned some of the secrets from the Feywild just from our little bargain.
I guess that makes sense. All right. It's not exactly descriptive, is it?
No, goodbye and good luck. It seems that she is keeping an eye on me, of course, but my question is, how close? I mean, she said goodbye, so it's obvious she's not planning on intervening anytime soon. But
Well,
Sounds
good
scrying.
luck
foreboding.
is the ominous part.
Yes. Feels fairly foreboding.
Well, scrying is a thing, isn't it?
It is. That's usually not their way.
That's just immediately what comes to mind. I don't like that good luck either.
No, I don't either.
Especially after Planumbra's sent.
I feel like that might be exactly why I've gotten this letter, but perhaps perhaps it might be just better worth sleeping on it.
Maybe maybe figuring out and thinking longer, or just keeping it in mind later on. Could be-
Well, at some point or another, we're definitely going to run into whatever we're supposed to have good luck against.
I wish I knew what that was.
Ulfgar, you can make an investigation check since you have the highest perception.
Honestly, me too. It's a little frustrating.
No.
Oh, that hurts.
There to
That
talk to.
hurts.
You don't get
Got
any
me.
inspiration yet. It might be a bit, but it could happen.
Oh, by the way, on a more useful, noticeable, I don't know what the word is. Figured out something.
That being?
You figured out something?
And as Warden says that, I'm a bamf out my wings.
What?
I don't know. It just came to me in my sleep, and I don't know. I just thought about it and had a minute of realization that
And now you have wings.
yeah, I don't know how for long, but
Can you fly?
I'm gonna try flying.
Okay. Newborn walking on its legs, flight. But you do get a couple feet off the ground.
Well, I'm flying.
I wouldn't exactly call that flying.
And you're getting feathers in my soup.
They're incorporeal.
Val just stares.
I'm gonna try to like fly up a little bit more.
Okay.
more staring before he finally points, goes, "Big chicken."
I'll bust out in laughter. I mean,
I'm gonna
he flies
laugh,
like
and
one,
as I do,
so-
I'm gonna lose concentration, but I'm gonna choose to end the spell. But I'm just gonna like it completely catches me off guard,
Nice going, asshole.
so I fall, however high I was.
Foul immediately
Luckily
tries to
enough,
get up
not
and catch
high
him.
enough to damage you,
Oh.
but embarrassing.
Well,
You did it in
well,
public too. Nice going.
now he's a plucked chicken.
Foul just looks down. Sorry.
You're fine. That was hilarious.
It's an actual genuine sorry. It's not him being sarcastic. By
Yeah,
the way. Like that
Raybar
was
is
just his. That was just his first thought was big chicken. Just
He just
nothing
no. Raybar
else.
is laughing on the ground, like, what the fuck did he just say? Come on. He's embarrassed that he fell, but he's laughing at the statement.
Fair. Well, we could mull over this letter all day, or we could make our way down to. He pulls out the little card.
Yeah.
Whatever this is.
Olaf Esquire.
That seems just as foreboding and ominous as the letter.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I would advise to at least look at the person who mulled my mind.
No, you should keep the letter. Maybe it'll help you with your bargaining.
Like the.
I don't quite understand how, but
No, if he thinks that he's being tormented by the Fae, he might back off.
well, I'm
Oh.
intrigued.
You should also leave your book behind.
Oh yes, leave it with me.
Listen, we've gone over this. Banana peels were very mundane. I don't know what it would do to Raybar.
I wasn't suggesting with Raybar. I was suggesting with our. On second thought, it might not be such a good idea since you say that he's helping us out of our legal situation, but.
Oh, you meant there.
Yes.
Oh.
And I suddenly understand why you want the book left behind.
That is chaos incarnate, and it should
That is
happen
chaos
eventually.
incarnate.
I do not
And
want
the
to
sound-
The universe is
I don't want the campaign
all the
ending
universe
just
is
yet.
chaotic good.
I think that might actually cause the end of the world.
Soup can
BBK.
Sam is the Soup can Sam is the BBEG.
You never know.
He has
would
an
kill me.
apocalypse potion.
He has an everything potion.
That's how the gods die.
Oh God.
They ate his lunch.
Okay, before we spoil too much of the campaign, you all leave the grounds, heading out into the city.
Sorry, I'm like 3 beers deep already.
You're good.
21st birthday and all.
Oh.
No, have fun, man.
Woo. And upon entering the city, you have to go to the wealthier side of town, the rich, highbrow area of Criella, where the streets are literally paved in marble. Every single light on every single corner and midsection of the street is an arcane light of different colors. Everyone that comes here is in well dressed and well groomed, and you guys do stick out a little bit with your not being of the highbrow. There are theaters and like actual parks that are well kept, fountains, and when getting to the business district, you find the Olaf agencies, the small office where the vampire lawyer must reside.
I feel a little out of place here.
I do think they should stay outside since they weren't technically involved in our little caper, but I mean they were, but according or as far as everyone else knows, they weren't.
That might be smart.
If I would nod and just see if there's a good place for him to just sit down and wait nearby.
I'll
Like
see if
park
I can
bench or
crack a
something.
window for you.
There a like a food cart?
Food cart, park bench, whatever.
There are park benches, no food carts around, but the office is open for you to enter. And who is entering?
I will. I imagine I brought my familiar with me, and I will leave the little cat outside. Raybar.
Hey,
I will. If things go bad, you'll get a message.
how?
I
I don't want the answer to that. No, just go.
Okay. Okay.
Hope, are you certain you want to enter by yourself, lad?
I imagine Warden was going with me,
I feel like I kind of have to, but
but the rest of you might not want to get involved. They don't even know about you as far as I'm aware.
I doubt that.
But all of our families were named.
Mm-hmm.
Something was deduced.
It's possible.
then it's up to you if you would like to join us. I mean,
I'm not stopping you.
I'll be nearby. Just give me the word.
I'll crack the window open because I have the vapors. And she'll like fan herself with her hand.
All of you are young. There is much of your future to be lost. I don't have much to fear, even if I do get expelled. I'll join you.
All right, that's fine with me.
Yeah, you're in good hands in there. If anything goes crazy.
True. Well, all the same, Raybar, foul, something goes pear-shaped. You'll get the message.
I would nod.
It'll be fun.
With that,
I
he's
haven't
going
punched
to
a
go,
vampire in a long time.
He's gonna go take a position.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of stand across and kind of case the joint a little bit.
So with your crew outside, the two of you enter.
Ulfgar will be joining.
3.
Oh, Ulfgar. Cool. So three of you entering. Nothing about this office screams vampire. It's white, gold, and silver trimmed windows open to the air, and upon entering, there's a little chime of a bell. And coming from the back room, dressed in a white suit, with a half cape around him, clasped with a gold pendant that has the stylized V that marks him as a vampire, is Olaf Esquire. You've come. Ready for your first payment?
Oh, kind of cocks a brow.
As we start approaching, Ulfgar will just really quickly create an emboldening bond between Warden and Hope. Though they both have bonus D4 for the next 10 minutes.
Interesting.
Any ability they want to make.
Now, the payment in total, I should have told you the details out front, but it is 1 gallon of blood.
Yeah.
Over the course of however many payments you wish to provide, I suggest half a pint at a time if you are a working person.
Oh, kind of cocks his head. What exactly do you do with the blood? If you don't mind my asking.
No, I do not believe that is too much of a question. I take the blood and I dry it. Upon drying, I crush it into a powder. This powder allows vampires to eat normal food and taste what we could taste in our previous lives.
So like a spice.
Yes, it tricks our bodies into accepting food that would not be agreeable to our physique otherwise.
Hope nods, somewhat grasping the concept.
I could
And
drag him home if you want to take more than a half pint.
I would pay for any more blood if you wish to continue this contract, but never more than you are able to provide. As something you should also know, different bloods do affect us vampires differently. Tieflings
Well-
are especially... what is the word?
Potent?
Provocating.
I'm just thinking what my blood would do.
Well, this is definitely one of the stranger methods of payment I've been asked for.
I thought you knew about this going in.
Okay, DM, my memory as a player is smooth.
You
I know about this?
You knew blood and that you would have to pay in blood, but not the whole everything else. How
Okay.
much or anything else like that.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
in the moment agreement.
I mean, I was aware of the payment itself, but I didn't know it was a gallon.
Be glad I did not take more. When you agree to things without reading the contract, it can get dicey if you are approached by a vampire less honorable than I.
It's not like I had a choice. There's
No,
a bit
you
of
could have
There's a bit of
spent-
snide in his voice.
You could have spent your time in jail,
My point.
or not in the position to begin with. You always have choices, until you don't. Now,
I don't.
shall we proceed?
Do you know what we ended up destroying, by the way?
Faint memories of a purpose, but when we go into mines, we don't often find the effort to memorize things we see there.
Yeah, your skeleton kind of knocked me on the head, and I would like to seek damages.
That was the security. And triggering security when you're breaking and entering is not a suitable offense. It's been tried.
Damn it. Well, this is why I'm not a lawyer.
Well, this is also why you're not a lawyer, because it has been tried and in some cities succeeded.
Damn it.
You just
Anyway,
have
yeah,
to pay
you can-
people like me well enough. Now, and he pulls out a little needle that's been attached to like a glass rod going to a little vial.
I think it's bigger than his arm.
Well, let's just hope my.
Kind of want you to stick it all the way through.
Warden. Just do it. Go
Take
ahead.
a seat. Sits
You
down.
made your mistake by asking me to come along.
You're the one who. He goes quiet, just stuttering through a sentence that doesn't make damn sense.
You'll be all right, lad. You're all right.
And with a prick, he takes a almost full pint of your blood.
Now, just for posterity's sake, I imagine I take damage.
You would roll a d4 for me.
Sure.
Yeah, for the next few days, your maximum hit points are down by 4.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's it? I was hoping you'd faint.
I imagine that's coming.
You are very lightheaded, and he hands you a glass of lemonade. Yeah, take this.
Hope kind of drinks it, lightheaded and not really thinking about it.
Well, I'm glad to do business with all of you, and just know I am not wholly in Miss Planumbra's employ. I am available if you ever gain the money.
I kind of figured that by the fact that you decided to help us instead of helping her, so...
What is... Oh, what was your reasoning for that? It was a bit out of place?
Well, as I said, tieflings have very peculiar blood. That is potent, yes, but also empowering to us. And those of rare skin texture and ancestry are even more so. I have not tried a tiefling, but I've heard that their blood is especially good for all of the drinks, making them even better.
I mean, I know my skin color is uncommon, but my lineage?
Yes.
Warden's taking notes. She's like whipped out a little notepad and she's taking notes.
What? I thought I was just... I'm a human born of... I'm a tiefling born of a human and tiefling. I didn't think my lineage played any role in it.
The tiefling lineage goes up quite a ways, and you are also... You should be told this. You must not have been raised in a full traditional tiefling household if you do not know that upon birth many tieflings are visited by imps of that ancestry. Just touched.
I have no memory of this.
It's a superstition to some, but I have it on good grounds that it is, in fact, probable. After all, you do not
Doesn't
need
say.
to be a descendant of an actual demon and a human. You could have a drop of hellish blood 10 generations back, repressed those 10 generations, and still have it appear with the help of some otherworldly touch. But that is neither here nor there. You do not have to worry.
Hope is very
So-
confused. It's evident on his face. This is something he has not been told before.
When
Ulfgar will also
serving...
add,
Doug.
yeah, but surely Pelumbra is a valuable ally. Was it really simple curiosity that provoked her ire? That moved you to provoke her ire?
When serving food to vampires, use tiefling blood for drinks. Underlined.
Explain what you mean by that question.
I understand that you wanted to gain the power, whatever was associated with Hope's blood. But was Pelumbra not your ally? You were on her barge.
Oh, yes. Well, legally, I'm not allowed to reveal anything that happens to her. I do know of things that happen with her business, and if she were to get under official supervision,
Scrutiny?
there would
Scrutiny,
be
Lord?
there would be some things that will come to light. Now, that being said, serving any kind of warrant is dang near impossible for someone of her station, so I highly doubt that it would have gone to that, and you would have been thrown in prison. In fact, she probably paid off the dock master, and you'd be straight there without even a trial. But, like I said, I prefer to have everybody under my debt. not just the rich and wealthy. In fact, I also deal in favors as well as blood. If you ever wish to be defended in court by someone other than those who employ me, or magical contracts being read thoroughly through or created, I'm always open for business.
But can Ulfgar just quickly insight whether he's being fully forthright about what he just said?
Go ahead.
Natural 20.
Hey.
25.
Is this going to be the first whisper of the campaign?
It might be.
So, out in the open, you know that man, natural 20. Here, let me
You
message
can send it as a
hard
whisper,
this
yeah.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I wish I was there because I want to see what his reaction to me would be. So bad.
You're welcome to walk in.
I will say he's truthful, and that he does mean he's a very strong businessman. So, from the rest of your passive insights that you all had around, yeah, he's not out to find you in a dark alley and drink your blood dry. He's out to drink your blood dry through business-related things and keep you alive, so that in the long run, he's good.
That's why I didn't think to purify the lemonade.
I like to point out that I'm currently playing with Hope's cat.
The cat is probably... It bit me. It probably likes you to spite me.
So typical cat.
It likes Warden, so.
Yeah, typical cat.
Yeah, Foul?
Yeah. I'm not sure Fowl and the cat get along. Because two cats.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, it is a celestial cat, so...
I thought it was a fake
Even
cat.
more, a cat that thinks it's above him.
Well,
I
it's...
thought it was a fake cat.
That's all cats.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is a fake cat. I'm
But
sorry. My
fake
brain
cats
is smooth. I'm
worse.
thinking of something else.
Fake cats is worse than regular cats as well. Totally fine with everyone else, but apparently does not like you at all.
Nope. Don't know what I did.
You summoned
Tough.
it.
I summoned it. Yep, it's mad that I took it out of its house. It's like, what the fuck am I doing here? I kind of point a finger in a direction I think Raybar went, and I'm gonna just cast
Hey.
message.
You can see me.
Oh, I can see you? I point at
There's
you.
a window, you can see me. I don't know
Okay.
if there's a window, but...
And I cast message. Not that bad. Kinda a bit lightheaded. Otherwise, it's fine.
Now,
Okay. Your cat
unless
is cute,
you
by the way.
unless you need me to do anything else for you, I'm always, as I said, open for any legal or similarly documented means. I must take my leave, as I am appointed in court in the next hour.
Hope kind of nods and just kind of stands up. I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw just to see what happens.
You have bonus D4.
I do have a bonus D4. Well, it's not great.
Roll
Bonus
that D4.
D4. That's better.
Woozy, but you don't pass out. You're good.
Ugh. I feel like I just got ran
Aw.
over by a train.
What's a train?
Ulfgar will offer an arm to Hope.
What's a train?
We'll get there.
A train is this new invention in the West. You should go see it sometime.
It's canon.
It's now
Is it
canon.
anything-
It is. Though it may not be
Lorzen,
what
I
you
do
think it
have
is.
a question for you. Going back to your Da, as you were speaking of, who do you inherit your disposition from, your father or your mother?
Are you asking Hope that?
Warden.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember her much. All I know is that she was kind of mean. I mean, she kind of left me whenever I was like real young, and I had to learn how to cook. And
This sounds like something. Maybe we should unpack back at home.
Yeah. It was a bit cruel of you, Warden, to speak to Hope that way.
I thought it was funny.
Too a little bit, but cruel primarily.
Hope's a little confused. He has no memory of what she said. He's out of it. What?
See, look at him. He's fine. You
Hope
didn't
was
get
indeed
killed
not
by that
fine.
man. You didn't get killed by him. It's fine.
Are you guys walking out or are you just talking in the...
Yeah, walking out.
Walking
Yeah,
out, I'm
okay.
kind of leaning up against Ulfgar.
Hope's immediately gonna hop up and walk over. You okay?
Yeah, so is Raybar.
I'm a little. You can see him kind of spin a bit, dizzy.
I'm gonna... I can't do
Oh.
that anymore.
I was just gonna stare at him, then turn to Warden. He okay? He doesn't trust. He's like, yeah, I'm not sure you're actually okay as you say you are.
Ulfgar will pull out a tiny strip of white cloth, tear it up into 3 different pieces, and kind of like apply one to damn it, I just forgot your name for a second. Hope.
Hope.
Hope, as well as Raybar and Fowl. All of you will have 5 extra hit points above your maximum, and that will also help.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5 with the. What? That's
It-
cool.
Yeah,
Like
it undoes the.
Yeah.
And gives me a bonus hit point.
You feel
So-
even better than when you went to.
So, wait, okay.
He had
so
a needle
right
like
now-
stuck all the way through his arm. It was gruesome. You should have been there.
Do you have a headache?
Well,
Val just immediately starts checking Hope's arm for the actual pierce of the needle.
it's probably there.
I'm literally gonna...
He's then gonna check the other side.
Like, for an exit wound?
Yeah, because what Warden just said.
Is there an exit wound? I don't know, DM.
No, it's a small needle. It was fine.
Oh, I know-
like,
I know.
Jesus Christ!
Just got stabbed by a spinal tap needle.
I know out of character Warden's joking. Hope, or not Hope,
Foul.
Foul doesn't, and he's worried about Hope.
But seriously, do you have a headache?
I mean, whatever. And he turns to Ulfgar a little bit. You did helped a lot, but yeah, my head's killing me.
I'm gonna put my thumb square between Hope's eyes and push pressure, and as you guys see me do that, you see just a kind of grayish white light envelop his forehead, and I'm just using healing hands, but I'm adding flavor. You get
That
4 hit
does-
points.
That does heal me, because even though my hit point maximum went back up, I don't heal the damage I received, so I go back up to my original hit point maximum.
+1.
No,
Plus
those
one.
are the,
I was gonna say it's healing hands. It should just be ASMR level.
yeah, it's 4. You get 4 healing. But
Like blinks. Well, that's a little familiar. Thank you.
no
And
problem.
actually, thinking about it, I could have just done that. Wow,
Yeah,
that took a lot out of me.
What did he want with you?
He
Just blood.
wanted blood.
Well, I understand that, but
He
why
wants
specifically
to
Hope?
suck his blood.
Well, apparently, tiefling blood is. This
Oh,
is
I have it right
going
here.
to sound.
It is good for drinks. It is good for making drinks.
So it's a
For vampires.
okay.
Warden
I'm
will
a-
show off her notepad.
I guess we know one.
He said something along the lines of it being effectively a powder that makes food ingestible by a vampire.
They make it into a powder.
So,
And apparently my blood is very, very rare.
well, considering your, I'm sorry, I have to say it like this, but there's no other way to say it. Considering your fiendish nature, and your fiendish
It's-
heritage, what would the opposite do?
It'd probably be really good on food.
Think?
I'm assuming so. I mean, if tiefling blood is good for drinks, then you would pair it with the opposite to make kind of contrast it. And
Or would it hurt him?
I didn't think to ask. I was in the middle of losing, what was it, a pint of blood?
Almost, yeah.
he was busy dying.
Well, a pint of blood is exactly what you get when you have blood, when you donate blood. Just to be
Right,
fair.
but Hope.
I'm
Hope's
actually
not
not allowed
exactly a
to donate
strong
blood.
person.
That's fair.
I'm actually not allowed to donate blood.
That's interesting.
It's
I'm really
confusing
curious
for
now.
sure.
Why
Well, I
don't you
went.
go in there and ask?
Yeah,
He
what
said
do
he
you-
has an hour before he needs to be in court. Why not ask him with the main questions?
Raybar, you remember
He's
what
not
we
busy.
What? What were you saying? Sorry?
Raybar, you always remember what we did after we lost a pint of blood. In
Get help?
Fremont? No. Replaced with a pint of beer.
That is true. We are on a weekend, why not? If I lose a pint of blood, then we'll just go drink it away. Do you think it's a good idea?
Hope kind of smiles. That kind of sounds like one half of home.
I'm a little torn. I'm super curious about this, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
Just go ask him, Raybar. You're not gonna quit wondering about it until you know, knowing you.
Did he offer anything else for if you were to give more?
Apparently, after the contract's been paid, we can be paid for it. I think
I have no
his.
contract. I have no contract with him.
I'm pretty sure we all do.
Something tells me it's a lump sum.
Well, that's a
would-
question we should have asked when you were in there. Now I have a reason to go in.
Raybar,
And I'm
I
going to
would-
start walking in.
Hope is just
As-
gonna
as
kind of
Raybar
face palm.
starts-
Tingle.
As Raybar starts moving, Ulfgar will try and like lay a hand on him. Not like, yank him, but just like lay a hand to just pause for a second.
He stops mid-step. Yes.
Raybar, I would consider carefully entering any further bargains with him than we already have.
Well, I'm only going to ask him a couple of questions, that's all. Just
Warden pulls out.
curiosity's sake.
Warden goes ahead and pulls out her notebook again and just follows him in there.
I'm walking back in. I'm going.
My cat is
Why-
gonna follow Raybar, and I'm going to do the thing, and deafen and mute myself, or deafen and blind myself, and see through the eyes of the familiar.
Okay. As
Warden will let the cat climb up on her shoulder.
Ulfgar will be a little bit concerned about Hope's just kind of like becoming
Deadpan.
blind to the world and just kind of take care of Hope as they go in.
Fair enough. With the ring of the bell, you enter, and this time Olaf emerges, but having a giant pile of scrolls that he's reading through that look very official. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to. I'll make it quick. My friend Hope was just in, and talked to you, and then we had a conversation, and a question occurred to me that nobody knew the answer, and I thought who best to ask than the person that created it. Is this contracted group sum?
Not exactly.
Okay, that's the
He has
first
bird wings, so he was wondering if he could help pay it off. And
No, not just. I had a thought. If tiefling blood was so rare and valuable, what could mine do?
Warden readies her notes.
As I look directly at him with my bright yellow eyes.
He has bird wings
It
that
could
killed
be
me.
used to lose weight, as your blood is very disgusting enough to throw up over.
Damn. He said, "Get the fuck out of my office."
That makes me feel less special.
What is it you want exactly?
Oh, I was cold. I'm poor, and I was like, maybe if I could come in and don't. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna turn around and just constantly. I'm sorry, and just leave. I'm not intelligent. I don't think things through.
Oh my
And
god.
with a groan as you're
Val's just-
leaving, he says, "Wait.
Yes.
Legally, since you asked about the contract, I have to give it to you."
Okay.
And he pulls out a scroll from thin air, and it appears with a bright red ribbon wrapped around it, and hands it to you. Now get out.
Okay. I'm gone. And I'm gone.
Do you have any other cooking tips for vampires before I leave?
Oh my god.
Gordon.
Um,
Wow, I called you Gordon.
Gordon Ramsay.
Do not upset one when they
Let
are
that
late
be
for a meeting.
Warden's actual name.
What did he say?
Do not upset one when they are late for a meeting.
No. Oh,
He
I
really-
mean, I was just asking because he was already in here, and I followed him in here to whatever.
Warden, we're
Bye,
leaving.
Sorry.
As I'm like out the door. Warden, we're leaving.
How loud is the Warden we're leaving bit?
It's pretty loud. And I'm the
Val's
warden
just
can
standing
hear.
outside with a palm on his face. Like he was tempted to follow, but he just went, you know what, vampire, not worth the trouble.
And as the last person leaves, before the door closes, a burst of mist whoosh, blows your guys' hair forward, and he disappears. A cloud of smoke going down the street.
I wonder if I can find a cookbook for vampires.
Oh, there's probably one out there.
I mean,
I return my
yeah.
vision to myself and just bust out in laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I saw the entire exchange.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything went perfectly smooth. Look, I even got a copy of the contract.
You know I can see through and hear through my familiar's ears and eyes, right?
No, you can't. That's just hodgepodge. No, that's not a thing that can happen. Everything
Hope
went fine in there.
smiles.
Here's the contract.
Walked. He takes the contract. It does not argue with Raybar further.
God, I'm an idiot. Reese's.
Don't pick on yourself too much, Reese. It's all good.
What was his actual response to the thing? Or should I just go back and listen to it? To him suggesting to eat Azamar blood.
It's repulsive. It's enough to make you throw
repulsive.
up. It's
Yeah.
good for weight loss because you'll throw up everything in your stomach.
Noted.
Which
I have no idea if this information will ever come in useful, but I have it in my notes.
I am a walking thing of ipecac for vampires.
epic. I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah. Hope takes the contract and he's gonna put it in his bag. We should read this in private.
Oh, really? Any more small text?
Where are you going?
Probably the Angel of Wastes.
Okay.
Yeah.
probably.
To replace the pint of blood with a pint of ale? Fair enough.
Oh,
But they don't- do they-
everyone.
I don't think they sell ale there, do they?
Nothing traditional.
I thought we bought mead the first time we were in there.
Yeah.
That-
Mead
that-
is the closest
that
to
reminds me.
traditional, but otherwise, yeah.
I have to send another letter to someone. Yeah, it's around here, and also I have to meet up with the headmaster when we get a chance.
Okay.
Remember how I mentioned he wanted to go over this book?
Yes.
Well, we have free time, you know.
That's fair.
Seems like a perfect time.
No free time is yours. I'm not gonna drag you by the arm, except to go get this pint of ale.
That I'm fine with.
like to see how you hold your liquor.
Not at all.
So, who's splitting off where?
I think we're all heading to the Angel of Wastes.
Okay,
And
for a
then
bit.
it's a
Fair
split
enough.
off. I think. I don't know though.
Fal's just going to be following the group around mainly just because he wants nothing to do with a vampire. The sooner he's away from there, the better. And Angel Way sounds about as far away as he can get from the vampire right now.
I imagine Hope's just gonna go to the Angel of Waste for a bit, and if he has to split off partway through, he will.
So you go over the river, through the woods, up the hill to the Angel of Waste, the living in, out in the outskirts of a horrible park that's overgrown and not cared for at all, that nobody goes to. But you find the Angel of Wastes and are greeted by the typical empty tavern. This time it is fully empty. Not even the owners are there to greet you, at least.
This is odd.
Yes, very strange.
Hope kind of
Hello?
look. Yeah, Hope's gonna, as Raybar's saying hello, is gonna kind of look around.
The training. You said they're air, right? I was gonna fire my gun in the air outside to see if I can get any attention, but it's not an actual gun.
Yeah. There's still a bang, but upon looking around, you do see a note on the bar.
What
Fal
will
will
go
walk
read it?
over and pick it up to read it.
In
Well,
tiny
that's the way to
handwriting.
silver bullet.
Yeah, in tiny handwriting it says, "Help yourselves. We will be back tonight. Do not worry."
Is there anything odd about it beyond that odd note?
Make an insight check.
Can I kind of look around the area, see if anything is off about where we are? Anything
Yeah,
strangely out of place, that kind
We've
of
been
thing.
here enough.
Mm-hmm.
We should.
Yeah. So someone else can make an insight if they want.
I'm thinking investigation for me. I want to investigate the area.
Yeah, that was what I was
Okay,
wanting
yeah.
to do as well.
Investigate is fine.
Should have given you help.
Well,
Okay, I rolled
so
good.
First two, the 7 and 11. Note was not written out of duress or anything, and there's a tankard of some kind of alcoholic drink, probably mead, in the back with a tap with a bunch of mugs lined up next to it. Investigation. You do find, with a 15, you find that there are some items that are missing.
Do I know what they are? That might be a bit of a reach.
What they were kind of the scarce decoration that this homely place had. Urns, incense, things that would be nice and maybe fetch a price, but they are gone.
Kind of tilts his head. Is it? How much do we know about the owners? They aren't like religious of any sort, are they?
No, but their father was.
Well, their urns and their incense is gone.
Oh,
Is
no.
it possible they were?
We do know that the orphanage was having issues. Maybe they, to help, had to sell some of the things.
well, they said that this place makes enough, or rather, they have enough money that they don't need to charge for anything here. So that wouldn't be it. Maybe they're.
Well,
You said incense and urns. Maybe Can I roll a religion check?
Sure, certainly can.
actually, can I as well, for being follower of Baranor, and this is like a place of Baranor?
Yeah, that's probably better for you to do it, and I'll just
I mean,
provide help.
I don't have a religion fucking...
I mean, I do, just because it's intelligence based,
But
and I'm already kind of thinking about it.
Yeah,
so
two
maybe I'll
of you
just roll
make
it.
religion checks.
Can I
I'm
roll
gonna
last
give
second?
advantage to...
That's the advantage for two of you.
Oh, advantage for two?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, can I take the other one? Since
Yeah, you
I'm
take
a
the other
follower
one.
Baranor as well, and I have.
Yes.
Oh,
You and Hope.
You are the cleric.
Thank God for that advantage. That was a natural 1 turned into a 19.
Yeah,
So
I got a natural
21
20
and
with
a
advantage.
6. With the 21, you notice that like there's no sign of like a break-in. There's no upset chairs or tables. It seems like they just took them and left. But as far as the insets go, they're more for the aroma and not religious.
Ulfgar, I'm assuming we're coming to a similar conclusion.
Why does it smell like cinnamon in here?
It does not
Does it smell like cinnamon?
No, it doesn't.
Warden does.
Except
Yeah, actually, it does.
with one of you being
Warden does.
I turn to Warden. Where is that coming from? Nothing's burning.
That is
Oh.
odd. Maybe they have cinnamon in like the stores here.
Let's
If
take a
I-
look, I guess.
I've heard cinnamon can go good with like wine and such, but
Let's not pry in the stores too much. Let's just come what we came to do, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
and there is bread left out for the eating, though.
Okay.
Hope kind
Meat,
of
anyone?
smiles. Meat is wonderful. I would love some.
Warden
However,
kind of slides over the bar, and she'll pass out. She'll fill mugs and pass them out to everyone.
Hope kind of doesn't
What-
feel right not paying, so he's gonna leave just a gold coin on the counter.
Oh yeah, I was gonna leave 5. So, you're good. Oh, yeah, I'll leave 5
Okay.
gold.
Drinks are poured. Bread is ready to be eaten.
Scott, what time is it in the day?
Right now, about noonish.
And it's
Okay.
is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
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 Okay. I'm gonna
Um,
drink my mead and then realize, oh shit, I have to work. And then head to the docks after. Just kind of like, you guys see Raybar drink, like take a sip of his mead, and then a surprise and, you know, that oh shit face hits, and he downs the pint of mead and is gone. And it's like,
Ra-
"Bye, I
Ra-
have to go.
Where are you going?
Work.
Oh, you fool! You forgot, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I'm going to the docks.
Good. Okay. Goodbye.
Off to the docks.
Sorry.
And the rest of you?
well, Emily spoke of hiring the Adventurers Guild to see what the supply issue at the orphanage was. If any of you share some concern, we could try and see if we could learn anything about that from there.
I am concerned, but I don't like the idea of prying into their things.
It's also quite a long distance with quite a little bit of weapons. We don't have anything to protect us if something were to ambush us in the
No,
road.
I was speaking to the Adventurers Guild, not going to the orphanage directly.
Well, why would they give the information to a group of effectively college students? Unless they've seen us here before, but I don't think that would even matter.
You can almost pay the Hunters Guild for anything.
There is the Hunters
I-
Guild.
I have some. Oh, well, perhaps there are a few material components I do need to pick up and learn for the new spells I've recently learned how to cast. So that is something else I need to do.
I've got to. Well then, why don't we after we're done here, head back into town. You'll grab what we need on the way back, and then I'll send my letter and go meet up with the headmaster. Warden, do you have anything you need to do? Or Foul?
I was gonna go see a Cobalt game if there's one going on, or at least practice going.
Val just shakes his head. He really didn't have any plans other than going back to practicing with the gun.
Fair. All right.
He would hold
Hope
up one of
kinda-
the pieces of ammunition to explain what he was planning on doing.
Oh, contract. We were going to read the contract here.
Oh, yeah, we were. Yeah, we were.
Thank you, Scott.
My brain is smooth.
All our brains are smooth. We all forgot about it.
You take these DM notes. I'll shove them down your throat.
Hope kind of blanks and then gets a surprised look on his face. Oh yeah, the contract. We should probably read it, huh?
Did Raybar hand it to you?
Did Raybar hand it to me?
Yes, Raybar handed it to you.
It's on the. It's in the
Okay.
middle of the table. You're all eating at. Sure.
That would have been funny, not gonna lie.
I know. I know.
He just don't
Raybar gets to the dock, the contract is sopping wet when he gets back to the
Unreadable.
unreadable, and I'm
one
just
gallon
like,
of blood plus one soul.
Hope takes off the red ribbon and just kind of rolls the contract out onto the table.
And keep rolling, as it is long, hard, just jam-packed with legalese. In pretty small text, among the top there is a giant contract between one Olaf Esquire and Hope Morthos. But other than that, everything else is pretty tiny. So two of you can make investigation checks.
I'll do it.
I'll make one.
I was gonna say, don't ask Val. He's not gonna do good on it. He's too stupid.
18 would just be enough. So most of the contract is just meant to confuse people and not meant to actually provide any beef, any body to the deal. There's what's been outlined: 1 gallon of blood with payments that you may offer at your leisure, but there is a clause about clause kind of hidden in the text, but you are able to discover it and find out that there is a interest of a cup per week.
So you're gonna want to pay it off soon.
And
Well, I'll make a point to do that then.
other than that, you think that it's totally upfront and right honest until you read the title again, and you discover something sparks in your head, and the writing on the title is a bit bumpy, not solid, and there's a pattern there.
Warden is going to kind of scratch at it to see if something lifts up at all.
Nothing lifts up, but looking closer, there might be very, very fine print disguised as actual letters.
Someone, does anyone have a magnifying glass or anything?
Upon realizing this, you don't need a magnifying glass just to look at it closer. And it begins with the words, according to legal law 52B, section A, so long as the text is readable without the aid of aid of a device, it may be included in a contract. And it goes on to say, payments will be made by by Hope to Olaf until by syringe until the last payment, which must be provided by Fang. Hope understands and agrees that the addictive properties of it will affect them, and they are allowed to continue paying through blood and by Fang as long as they wish, and understand the risk that the addiction of having their blood drawn through Fang comes with.
Is Hope's name actually on it, or is it just a verbal contract?
It was a contract. Now that you're looking back in your memories, that was.
Well, I was unconscious, so do I see a name at the bottom of the page?
Oh, sorry, it was. Yeah, Warden that kind of signed on your behalf. So Warden is kind of like the de facto guardian written in the legalese, and since you agreed to the first payment, that bound the contract to you.
Hang on. My name is on the contract?
Just as a guardian, but in that package of legalese, it said that it was changed to fully apply to Hope. Now that the temporary state of his unconsciousness is over, and that he's already signed.
I was unconscious. Warden was unconscious, so I didn't. I wasn't there for the verbal agreement. Warden was unconscious.
Yeah. So Hope was the one who made the agreement, but it was basically played by Gale at that point.
Okay, sorry, I'm mixing things around. So, yeah, it wasn't a verbal or written contract that was signed. It was in your enthrall. There was a moment where you were allowed to make this contract, but you didn't have time to read it or anything like that.
Okay.
Mentally, yeah.
Well, that would have been Hope
Yes.
that made the contract.
Yeah, probably while enthralled.
Here's a real
But, yeah.
Here's a real world legal question. Technically, wasn't Hope coerced into signing this without having proper time to read the contract?
I mean, yes, but does he know that?
Probably.
And is that relevant in this case?
I have
Yeah.
no idea. Just food for thought while I'm working at
In
the
that
docks.
dense thing, you would have to go into law to actually discover that. But to save a trip to the law and everything, to the courthouse, to ask a bunch of people a bunch of questions, to save time on that, I will say there's levels of coercion. Simply providing an offer out of a messy situation, not so much a coercion. Making the situation happen for them or threatening them, because you technically did this to yourself, the coercion, the situation you were in, it doesn't get protection by the law.
So, I'm going to revise my statement. You need to pay as little as you can, or else you are going to turn into a vampire.
Hope's eyes bug out hard. What?
It says right here, and then I repeat the thing that the word contract actually says.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so pay off your interest as soon as possible, but don't pay off the loan? I'm not an economist. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't.
This contract is a bit weird with loans. The interest isn't traditional. It's more of, so long as there's an ounce of blood that still needs to be spent, it's a cup a month.
So just
For
don't
clarification.
make the last payment?
For
I
clarification, is the cup by syringe or by fang?
Syringe, up until the last payment.
Okay.
Oh, the last two payments, I mean. Don't take the last two payments. Because it says right here the last payment is done by Fang, so you would want to have two payments.
Yep. And it seems that this guy wins either way. If you just give him a little blood over the course of your lifetime, he's completely fine with that. Or you're going to be addicted to, and it doesn't say anything about turning you into a vampire, but addicted to giving blood.
There is an alternate solution, Warden. Find a way so that Hope does not get addicted to the Fang, even if that was the payment.
I I don't know how to do that. I mean,
But we are at
I'm from the
university.
swamp. I'm going off fairy tales of vampires. I'm not even.
But we're at a university dedicated to the study of magic. And this is a long-term, far-off thing. I'm certain we'll learn something in our time.
DM, this might be a stretch.
Hmm.
The idea behind addiction is obviously, you keep going through with it even if it becomes self-harming. That's just standard English. In terms of where I grew up, especially considering it was effectively the Vegas, at least one half of it, of this world almost, would I understand that there are certain things that could alleviate said addiction or even remove it entirely? And if you want me to be blunt, I'm referring to things like greater restoration.
Yeah, make a Arcana check.
Sure.
Yes, greater restoration would alleviate, as long as it is within a reasonable time frame. A single use of greater restoration would remove the addiction.
There are abilities that exist that can alleviate conditions like that.
I mean, if you know what to do, then I suppose all it takes is finding someone who knows how to do it. I'm sure.
The
I'm
problem. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sure someone at like a church or something would be able to like bless you with holy water or something, or even well, maybe not Ulfgar here. I mean, it might take some doing, but eventually. But I'm talking about like in the moment, you could go and pay it all off, and then go find someone to alleviate it if you know how to go and who to go to.
Well, it really depends on what they want to do it. It's pricey.
It is simple for the moment, Hope. When you make your payments, we must pause before the next to final one until we find a solution we can reasonably enact. At that point, you can make it. But we are not there yet. There is still some time. But it is good we know what you face.
I'm just glad I studied a bit in the arcane before I came here. It's frustrating. He kind of pinches the bridge of his nose.
I do want to point out that we have 8 months at this rate.
Payment.
At the rate that we're doing, I think you said
It's a gallon of blood, and I just gave him a pint.
yeah, so 7 months. Well, I guess this month's paid for, so 8 months. And then
And I
think
could
he said
always just tell him to reduce.
He said the minimum payment is half a pint, right?
He didn't say a minimum payment, just that the in the contract just that the interest had to be paid.
I thought he said a minimum payment whenever we were actually talking.
He suggested a minimum for your own health.
I believe was it a maximum? For a maximum to give that much?
Yeah. So like he was talking about anything more than like a pint would be unhealthy.
Hazardous, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe a cup is less than a pint, but don't quote me on that.
Yes, I believe so.
Fourth.
Well, then we might. I'll need to pull some
Cups,
cash
9
together.
quarts.
Gallon, quart, pint, cup. Yep.
Do I know how much it costs to cast Greater Restoration off of that roll, or am I not familiar enough with the spell itself to know?
I would say not so much.
Okay.
Well, we are at an academy, so we could probably figure that out.
Well, this is A little aggravating, but
I mean, it is 5th level, so you guys will not have access to it until like your last year almost.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, we'll figure it out. In the meantime, there's got to be someone else who can cast this. We should go handle whatever else business we have. Thank you, Warden.
Now, by having me do the service for you, you have entered in a contract with me,
Oh, shoots you a very dirty look.
and I get to make fun of you whenever I want.
Is there a change?
This
I
seems-
get
Val just shakes his
permission.
head. There is no change. He doesn't say anything.
You can make light out of any situation, can't you, Warden?
I give it a shot. I mean, it's better than being a pessimist.
Fair. He kind of just shoots you a small smile. Well, you're probably better than Raybar. He was being an ass earlier.
He's always an ass. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah, it's a wonder you two bicker so much.
Anyway, we're going to go do something?
Yeah,
Warden, make a straight up wisdom check.
Stop.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Oh boy.
So help is going back to school.
Yes.
Are the rest of you going back to school, or what's up?
Ulfgar needs to pick up just a couple spell components. Or
Okay.
actually just the one. I need some divination sticks. What would be the best place for that? Would it be Maggie's?
Well, let's see. So any components that do not take a gold value.
This one does have a gold value. That's why I need to buy it.
What's the gold value for it?
25.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yes. So you would be going to Dweebs. You would be going to Maggie's Marvelous Emporium of Magical Merchandise.
Yeah, at Maggie's, Ulfgar will simply state that he needs any kind of marked items for divination. Whether it's sticks, bones, anything of that nature.
Okay. And upon entering Maggie's Marvelous Emporium of Magical Merchandise, you enter to the sound of a cacophony being made between Maggie and some adventurers who are standing at the bar. A very large, 3 heads taller than any normal person, half Goliath, who is yelling, "This price is unfair. We are adventurers of the city. We need a discount. We can't survive with these prices." I'm sorry, but I must make a living too. It's the way I need to run things. 25 gold, and that's it. Looks over at his companions. Well, I guess think twice if you ever ask for the adventurer's help again. And with a huff, he storms out, shoulder checking anyone in the way.
Ulfgar briefly ponders, just calming their emotions, but then decides to just step out of the way instead.
So you like step out of the way before he basically rams into you.
Mm-hmm.
Looks down. That's right. Leaves.
Foul, on the other hand, doesn't move out of the way.
Are you intentionally blocking?
Not as much intentionally blocking as Foul's a pretty large tabaxi, and he's not doing anything trying to make special way for the Goliath.
Okay, make a athletics check for me.
Thank you, Foul, pulling through when it counts.
Yep. He slams into you. The aggression is there, but you, standing firm, supported by the door, you don't get pushed aside. Hey. What do you think you're doing, kitty? As
Foul just
the
stares at him and
rage
goes,
is there.
standing.
Looks at you, looks at the others in the shop. Let's get out of here, says to the three adventurers behind him.
Foul's not exactly going to stop him. He's just going to keep standing there. He just doesn't particularly care to get out of the way for the asshole.
But they do leave, though not quite as impressively as they would have hoped. Oh, how are you all doing today?
Certainly doing better than they were, it would seem.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Don't judge them too harshly. They have. I think many of the adventurers have gone into hard times recently.
Any particular reason, or is it simply
I
the
think
world
just
has gotten
financial
so-
strain on the guild. They've been doing a lot of jobs to more help people than gain money recently, so they'll be back on their feet in no time, though.
Right. Well, Maggie, I come here because I have need of items needed for divination. You wouldn't happen to have anything like that, would you?
I have a component section right over there. Gestures over to a bunch of bins that are just full of random stuff. I mean, sorry for the organization, they just don't they aren't flashy like the stuff on the shelves. So dig through them, find what you want, and I'll get a good market price for you.
Thank you. And Ulfgar will walk over to the component bin and start looking through.
Okay. Yep, you find what you need at the price that the spells cost.
All right.
And how many are you getting?
I guess. Just the one. It's just the one that's.
Oh,
it doesn't get
consume
used up. It just needs to be.
Gotcha.
there.
Fair enough.
All right. So I guess I'll get kind of like specially marked bones for divination, and then I'll pay for those
Okay.
with Maggie.
Payments given and received.
Anything you might need in the future while you're already here?
I don't quite have the cash to buy for the future.
What? Oh wait, am I at the? Did I go with you, or am I at the school already? My
up
brain
to
is
you.
smooth. I mean, it would
you
have
went
been
to
on
the-
the way. Yeah, but I went to the school. Okay, never mind.
Orden did too. I'm just asking out of character.
No.
Okay. Well, you have bought your supplies and are probably heading back to school. The rest of you who actually got there before there, stopping by your dorm just to, drop off things, changing to not sweaty during the day clothes. But blocking the way there is a young woman that none of you recognize. Looks to be a first year along with you. And upon seeing you all, she goes over to Hope. Excuse me, I was asked to give you this, and she hands over a little note.
Hope's eyebrow kind of cocks.
It's from
once.
Mallory.
Oh,
What a day for letters. You should read it out loud right now.
Hope gives you death glares.
Val just slowly inches
you are
over just to
fair.
stand behind
You
Hope.
are
Namely, so he can just glance down and use his height to just read the letter over his shoulder.
It's folded.
You're at the store. It's just
You're at the store.
You're at
Oh,
the
right,
store,
right.
sir.
Sorry.
I'm like, what is
I
the
thought it was
store?
when
And then
everyone
I'm like,
got
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Hope kind of gives Warden death glares. Thank you.
Yeah, the girl is looking you up and down judgingly.
That is
Or
one thing
sh-
Hope is used to and doesn't really care about.
Before she leaves.
Well, she was being a pain.
I'm not surprised.
Me either.
So anyway, are you gonna read it out loud or not?
I'm not reading it out loud, at least not here. Let's get to the
Okay.
dorm room.
When would I be getting back to the dorm from working?
Midnight.
At late afternoon. But going into your rooms, you can read the letter. Letter it reads simply, I can meet you in the main cafeteria Sunday around noon. It's fine that you gave me money, but I prefer to make my own, and I'd love to help you in any way I can to earn whatever I can. Thank you. And at the very bottom, it's like the before the name been scribbled out a couple times. Reading it carefully, it's like yours truly, Christoph, crossed off, erased, sincerely erased, hoping to see you again, with parentheses around hope, erased, and then finally just from Mallory.
Aw, that's cute. Warden is reading over his shoulder, even if he tried to
Warden,
get her
what's
to
your
leave.
AC?
15.
More than 8.
More than 8! I kind of just chink off your arm. Oh, I hate both of you right now.
Both? It's just Warden.
Well, he's referring to Raybar in past tense.
Oh yeah, that whole. Yeah, that was probably one of my proudest D&D moments.
I get it. I get it. Okay. Hope just kind of
Do you
puts the
though?
letter.
Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you?
He turns around without saying a word and will go into his dorm room, putting the letter back in the envelope and just putting it on his desk.
And Warden, you're still keeping that letter?
I am. I'm going to look at it and see if it changes now that I'm the only eyes on it.
No. Still the strange ink with the strange pattern. Nothing's changed.
Warden will tuck it into her. Actually, she'll go and she'll write the name of her dryad friend at the bottom of it, and then she'll tuck it into her notebook.
Okay.
Now, just for my notes, that was like Sunday at noon in the cafeteria, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Now, Hope, the rest of you can arrive at the main dormitory, while Hope, you are going to see the principal.
Yes.
She sent Hope a letter, guys! Look, it's right here, I found it!
It's in my. It's on my desk.
In the room, you unfortunately share with Fowl, who's going to just let Warden in.
Yep. Hope did not think it that far ahead. She has a 9 wisdom.
She sent him a letter, guys!
While the rest of the
Oh,
party is
now-
gossiping.
Am I back from work?
Yes, this will be late in the day by the time Hope's talking with the
Fowl's
principal.
just going to read the letter, shrug, and just go back to messing with his weapons, honestly.
Yes, as Raybar is coming back from work, Hope, you're going to see the principal. The principal is going to make time for you, and you have the book.
Yes. Hope has not left it behind at all.
Okay, make a history check.
I kinda wish you did.
History check.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been hilarious if you did.
18. Okay, so when you arrive, he takes you aside and you both step into a painting and arrive in a laboratory sort of setting where there are many magnifying glasses and ways to reveal hidden inks and many different investigative tools like that. And for the next 2 hours, you look through this book, and he points out several things, and you bring up some things that he reflects on. Many of the words seem to have double meanings, double purposes, but it is all intent to mess with someone's mind. He explains, the reason why I've come to the conclusion of it being a fairy is not just the nature of the trickster, but the power of such one. It had to be Fae because no tricksters are powerful enough to fake such demonic handwriting and purpose. But you see here, and he gestures to one of the writings that are in a different language. This is a form of Fae that is older than the Fae themselves. The origin of their language, and only certain creatures make that writing, and this part at the very end, and he comes to the last page that has been slightly torn, and a piece of it is missing. It hints at a purpose. It seems this fairy has reached out to you for some intended purpose, and without this, we are unsure of what it could be. But
That's. I didn't know Faye could heal. That's new to me.
they do whatever they
On
set
top
their
of-
minds to.
Including stealing names.
Well, I have known. Think of the Fae like us, but only in our extremes. If you meet a greedy banker in the Fae, there would be stealing souls and names. If you were a joyful person in the Fae, it would be a glorious rainbow wherever they went. The Fae is just our realm, but to the extreme. Now, of course, since it is cut off, it becomes difficult to send power through and back, so it is a wonder that you were able to cast spells using this at all.
That's good to know. Now he points back to the torn part of the page. I mean, I could try and investigate the ruin back home if I ever find time for the missing page, but hmm.
There's probably an adventure to that. It is doubtful that they would let someone else tear this page. Judging by what I know of the Fae and the lore of fairies, is they're the type that would intentionally tear their own page out, hide it somewhere, just to see you struggle.
Well, it's working.
Yes. I will help you best I can, but for now, just focus on the power that has been given to you and enhance that.
He nods. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of power, and he flips back to the 2 ritual spells that are in this book. I was able to cast these without really drawing upon the power itself. It's almost as if it was a gift. Can I do this with others?
To some degree, certain spells are given for free just to get you hooked. Many patrons give out free power for a bit and then demand repayment, especially beings like devils who give you free power your entire life and then take your soul.
No, would I be able to like find a separate spell that also casts in this way and add it to this book? Do you think, or would it not really work like that?
Many patrons give their spells. I would say unlikely that you would be able to learn it such as a wizard would without diligent study. You could, in time, take the wizard's path, but purely off of the patron's blessings, you would just learn what they're offering to you.
Well, that's good to know, I guess. No, thank you.
And do let me know if you gain any more spells from practice and learning. Oftentimes you can tell more about the patron by the spells that their followers have.
Well, I mean, most of it has been healing, fire, and illusions, but I don't think that narrows it down particularly.
Not quite. Well, that is all the time I have. I need to do principal stuff.
Hope nods. That's fine. I'll try to make a habit out of it to come here on each Saturday when I'm available.
Very well. You
hope
need the
we'll-
portrait and the office.
Yep. And he just goes back to the dorm room.
Okay. Unless you have anything else to do, we're going to fast forward to Sunday around noon.
I do have one
Okay.
thing Ulfgar wants to do.
Yep.
He will try to do an augury for whether or not it would be a good outcome to go approach the Adventurers Guild to ask about Emily and Bella.
Okay.
So
There we go. Catch time 1 minute.
I believe because it's the first time I do get an accurate reading.
And you're asking if it's a good idea to go inquire. What about the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah, approach the Adventurers Guild, and also specifically ask about whether the Angel's Ways and Orphanage and Bella and Pemberley.
I would say it would be a well result. You get a good feeling that it is the path to take.
All right. Yeah, he will make a note that it is a wheel outcome, and let I suppose since Raybar and everyone else has returned, he will let them know that he cast Ovgar. I cast some bones, and it would seem to be the bones seem to indicate it to be a wise course of action to approach the Adventurers Guild and ask about the orphanage and their business with Bella and Pemberley.
I believe
Perhaps.
it might be a good idea.
Yes. Perhaps tomorrow we might pursue that course of action.
That's fine. When were you thinking of going?
After your date, probably.
Yeah, Hope's face kind of turns like from the lavender color it is to a brighter shade of pink. You.
I told them yes.
Why am I not surprised?
Because it's me, and you gave me free reign to make fun of you whenever I wanted.
He says nothing more, and just stays quiet. But he is, he has. There's the look.
Kind of
Is it a
tempted.
look of death or just a defeated look?
Both. 100% both.
Anyway, yeah, we should get some shut-eye while we can.
Yes, I'm quite spent.
And then the
And you
Adventurers
need
Guild
to take a
tomorrow.
bath, sir.
Now I'm gonna crawl right up next to you and make sure I'm nice and smelly.
I will stab you.
Man, and you say I'm going on a date.
I'll stab you too.
He busts out laughing.
Raybar is joining. Yeah, that was funny.
Val actually looks amused at that as he just wanders off to bed.
Do I? Nah, never mind.
Okay.
Do you? Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
I'll be going the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, Raybar is. Raybar is gonna spend an hour reading the book, the ammo book.
Fair enough.
Ulfgar will just have a bit of anxiety over Bella and Pemberley's fates right now, and just eventually let himself go to sleep and trust in Baranor.
Before Warden goes to sleep, she'll pull Ulfgar to the side and say, when you leave, let me know. I'll tag along.
I will let you know. I will let all of you know before I depart.
And Warden goes to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, baby.
Oh, Warden
And-
steals Hope's cat before she goes to bed.
Oh, fair enough. Cat'll let it happen.
Fair enough.
Works out best for everyone.
The next day breaks, and who is team Adventurers Guild and who's team Stock Hope?
Oh, I'm on stock hope, 100%.
Val's on stock hope.
I wasn't prepared for that.
As they're kind of getting ready to leave, Warden will just kind of put her hand on Raybar's. Well, she'll put it on like his upper arm because she can't reach up to his shoulder, but she'll kind of the sentiment is there, and she'll say, "Make it good."
Oh, trust me, you're gonna wish that you were there.
I will. I do need to kind of focus on the more important things.
How was
Do I
it,
hear
Zeno?
any of that?
I'm not hiding it. So.
Yeah, neither am I.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to toss this into the memes channel because this is going to be Hope, his date, and Foul in the background.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna be that way too. Don't worry. There's gonna be 2 hiccups.
Someone copy
It's
it.
gonna be so awkward.
It is.
Okay.
That's the
so,
point. I love it.
I mean, that's why Foul's following along. He just wants to make sure his buddy doesn't get in trouble.
But
Actually,
Ulfgar, yeah.
that was accidental, but before as Ulfgar and wouldn't leave, Ulfgar was briefly look at Hope and say, I'm sure you'll do well, lad. And gonna go ahead and cast Enhance Ability on Hope. And I'm gonna enhance his charisma.
Ooh, what is it? Fox? No.
Fox is cunning. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Fox. Is
Yeah.
it Fox cunning?
Yep.
I thought that was intelligence, but that might be owl. No. Eagle's
Eagle
insight.
Splendor. Eagle Splendor is the one. You will have the Eagle Splendor for the next hour. Advantage on all charisma checks.
Okay.
That's the one I meant to click, not warding bond.
It's all good. For how long? 8 hours?
1 hour.
8 hour.
Oh, okay. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if I could do it for 8 hours, but unfortunately not.
Alas. Well, if you all are keen on watching,
I think
he
it'd be
just kind of
amusing.
shoots a glare at Raybar and Foul. You all are going to be the death of me, I swear.
Foul just gives him a thumbs up.
So luckily enough, the Warden and Ulfgar, you're going to leave ahead of them because you could probably go to the Adventurers Guild before noon.
All right.
Okay. Going through the town. Again, bustling city. Lots of magic from even street performers being done. Flying carpets fly through the city, and it is somewhat hard to find, but by the end you do find the Adventurers Guild, a sprawling building.
We were there in the past, so.
So,
Hi,
I
Kitty.
believe we were there in the time skip that we kind of rolled back because we went to go hire a rogue, and we didn't end up hiring a rogue because.
Instead, I got blown up.
Yep. That's the way it should be.
yes,
I deserve it after everything today.
that's right.
Hi, Kitty.
Going into the Adventurers Guild, the thing that strikes you is there's a lot of adventurers. And upon entering, they all look you up and down hungrily. Some of them even flexing some muscles and forcing two of them in the corner, forcing a arm wrestling match just to show off. And one of the elves in the back, with a flourish, makes a little ice sculpture on her plate, pretending to be just passing the time, but in reality, it's as if they are letting you know that we're for hire. We're over here, the best ones. No, we are.
We're students. Save your effort.
Say that.
Funnily enough,
Yes, I do.
yeah, funnily enough, only half of them are dissuaded by that. The rest are still looking upon you with expectations of
Cat,
some kind.
leave the
but,
batteries alone.
at the very back of the room, you see a large elven man, which in its own right is kind of strange, as this one seems to have the bulk of a dwarf, but of elven descent, and it is looking over a map of the city with many different magical markers on it, and it seems like he's in charge.
After you. This was your plan.
Wolfgar will approach the elven dwarven man. Greetings. I am Wolfgar. Sadly, I'm not here to hire one of you, but to inquire about a friend who had previously hired a group from you.
Okay. So, approaching the elf, he looks up. What is it you want, exactly?
A few of you were asked to take care of the Desert's Edge orphanage. Our friends who made the request, they have, in a sense, not been in their home. We're just wondering if we could inquire about that. We heard there might be some trouble there.
Another charity. Well,
How?
yes, we did help them. They are fed and doing well. You do not need to worry about them. In fact, I believe the two who brought this to our attention are right there, helping out the orphanage best they can.
That is a relief to learn.
Might we ask the issue that they're hired with? They're hired to deal with, I mean.
Just some supply trains from some... This is all politics that I care not for, and I just wish to do what I can, and we've done that. They needed supplies, and we provided it. And we are still providing it. Do not worry, they are under our protection now.
We heard some rumblings that trouble would be made for them, so it is good to have that reassurance.
Trouble how?
It was overheard, so we do not know much about it, sadly.
Well, they are safe and well, and are you here for anything else? Anything more to hire some adventurers? And some perk up at the sound of that.
Like I said before, we are students and we are broke.
Well,
Our friend has the whole of it.
in that case, I'm sorry, but we are not hiring. We do not have the funds to support any more newcomers.
I wasn't going to join, but thank you.
Apologize.
I'm literally just here to make sure he doesn't get stabbed in the streets.
Ulfgar kind of quirks an eyebrow at that. I can take good care of myself, lass. No need to concern yourself for me.
We were specifically told not to wander alone in the streets.
Alright. Well, I am Ulfgar, and might have the pleasure of knowing your name.
I am guild leader Torkin.
I thank you for your information.
Yes.
And
Your students, though, you say, at the Cruella Academy.
I, new ones, first years, you might say.
Come with me. And he leads you out to one of the back rooms.
Or kind of looks up in surprise for a moment and then follows.
Can I insight him before?
Go ahead. He wants to bleed you out and sell your blood to vampires. No. Seems like an upright gentleman.
I knew it!
Seems like...
Charity's a front.
an okay man, but you see the wrinkles under the eyes. He obviously has not been sleeping well. This is a man under extreme stress.
Oh yeah, the sleep spell. Actually, it doesn't work on elves. Never mind.
Yeah, which is saying something. Even he can't get the meditation he needs.
Okay, I guess Warden will follow since she doesn't sense anything fishy from this.
Upon entering, he shuts and locks the door behind you all. What are your thoughts on a Miss Penumbra?
She literally blew me up at one point, so not good.
I hear.
You know, it is not the first time a conversation in a locked room has begun like this. Rather surprising.
Yes.
If I had a gold every time it happened, I would have 2 gold. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Well, we have feelers all over, and a woman matching your description was seen leaving her vessel under not polite circumstances.
Yep, that's where she blew me up.
Well, he's rubbing his chin, which you notice has an actual solid dwarf proud beard. Well, I could not hire you for much gold. And I do not suspect you are able to accomplish this, but let me tell you of our plight. You see, the Adventurers Guild is under extreme financial duress, and we are in need of assistance, or at least a leaving of us, of our situation. Miss Penumbra and several of her cohort have been making moves to weaken our hold in the city. As you are well aware, the adventurers are not looked well upon, little more than thugs. And in some cases that is true, but otherwise we are the ones who help those who cannot help themselves. Like an orphanage.
Truth be told, we heard these rumblings of trouble from one of her friends who was on the ship.
And what did they say exactly?
It was... He did not quite have the ear for this intrigue, and what I know, it was learned of secondhand. Simply that the orphanage was mentioned.
That
Yeah,
is
who-
disappointing. You
And they
probably
were
should
robbing-
have rolled better. But
What did they say? That they were the supply lines were seized for political reasons?
yes, they have been forcing us to make decisions that we regrettably have been making in the right way. I say regrettably, such as the orphanage. We were in position to help, so when they stopped the supply lines to an orphanage, we had to step in or watch them starve. Certain situations like that have been happening in the recent months. A unjust law here, a destruction of a monument here, and it has resulted in us spending more from our coffers than we care to have. All it would take would be a couple more instances like this, and we would not be able to keep going and be dissolved. So, there's only 2 options we have. Hope that something bad happens and that the adventurers are needed. Or... And he looks around, and you see him gesture with the hand to cast some sort of warding spell. Or sabotage them in return.
I barely got out of there alive. In fact, I'm pretty sure I blacked out at one point and had to get dragged out on deck because I remember being below decks, and then I remember being on the deck in chains.
Yes. I assume you are first-year students.
I am, at the very least. He seems to have a little bit more age on him, but he did just enter the academy, so...
Well, I suggest that you... My situation is that I cannot risk having one of those associated with the Adventurers Guild do anything sabotage or illegal. We do not have the power to legally nail down the opposition as they are scattered, and we are not sure who exactly is a friend or a foe in the city, and having outside help may be what we need further down the line. So, as those who have already been a thorn in Planumbra's side, if in a couple of years you are more powerful, I would look to contacting you and getting us back in power, or at least able to help more people. As it stands now, within 5 years, with no outside help, we will crumble. What say you?
Good.
You take care of those who need it, and Penumbra and her allies most certainly do not. If I can lend you aid in whatever fashion, I would seek to do so.
I don't really want to...
Sorry, go ahead, Ford.
I don't really want to get blown up again, but, I mean... Honestly, if I show up again where I'm not supposed to, I kind of want to see her face. I want to see how angry she gets, and I'm willing to accept the risks. Because even if it's the last thing I see, if she has had her plans ruined, I feel like it's worthy.
Well, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. And he takes out a bronze token. It looks similar to an adventurer's token, but slightly different. If you throw this in a fire, you may contact me when you are confident in your skills. If it's before 5 years, then I will answer.
Making notes, 1 second.
Enemy, you are an enemy of our enemy, and you are a friend of our friends. Ulfgar will move to take the token.
It's warm to the touch. And he nods very well. I would advise you never to be seen near here again, just in case you are connected.
That won't be an issue.
Ulfgar will simply nod in acknowledgement.
And he clasps your hands as you head out.
And as he departs, Ulfgar will. In Dwarvish, it was good to make your acquaintance, Guild Leader Torgen.
You as well. Now, while this boring whatever thing is going on, something much more exciting is happening back at
It's
the...
juicy.
So I'll be looking forward to.
Yep.
I'm muted. Or was muted. I was getting a drink and I didn't want the slurps to come through the mic.
Good.
Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen! Hope's embarrassing moment in the spotlight!
Stories. What the fuck was that?
Wow.
Let's go.
Just trying to find a. Yeah, this will do. Sure, we'll go with her. There we go. And noon comes. Are you waiting there beforehand or arriving around noon?
Probably. I mean, my dorm room is right above the cafeteria, so it's not
Right.
like I'm traveling very far.
Oh, it's
how-
almost noon. Let me go downstairs.
Yeah, how early are you arriving?
Probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes early.
Okay. You see, she is already waiting at one of the circular large tables. And as you enter, you get a brief glance of a couple girls disappearing into a corner to pretend like they're studying off in a different table.
I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going off like pretty close, but just look like I'm studying.
Okay.
Val tries
Except
to
it's
do
the
the
ammo
same
book.
thing, but he's not as much reading as much as peering over the edge, and it's obvious because the book's upside down.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll sit near Fowl and be like pretend talking about the book, the ammo book.
Like they're just
But I'm
looking like
totally focused.
they're just like mouthing the words instead of saying anything to each
Yep.
other.
Yep, pretty much.
Dinner.
I think
Here-
just to throw some shade at you, Hope would cast Minor Illusion in your direction, and just produce talking.
Just mumbling.
Yes.
And those with keen eyes see a very faint golden thread leading from a nearby candle around where they're at, all the way to one of the girls' earrings.
Oh.
I do not have that keen of eyes. My passive perception is 9.
I'm
Oh,
not-
mine is. I think my passive perception, because I don't know where
Mine's 12. I'm just gonna check.
my everything
Val doesn't see
disappeared.
it.
Fair enough.
He
I
rolls
don't
like
think I
shit
think-
all the time.
Oh wait, passive perception. I think I've got a 15.
Yep, Raybar's
Right.
up with, yeah. But, Mallory stands up when she sees you. Hi.
Hope kind of just gives a little, like, hey. It seems both our friends are doing the same thing, huh?
I'm
And-
sorry for them. And she, like, hides her face behind her bangs.
Hope shakes his head a little bit. Don't worry about it. My friends are being assholes too.
Hey, Fowl.
Yeah.
I have this tiny bag of silver dust. I wonder if it could be useful.
No,
Maybe we
no,
can
no.
like add some sparkles to the effect.
No.
something
Wait
that
for the right
seems-
time. Wait for the right
Yeah, yeah,
time. We
Too
wanna
many
wait-
words.
We wanna wait
Too many
for the
words.
rest of the- Oh, yeah, sorry.
God, this is great.
You just go wait, right time. More
we're
drama.
We're talking. I'll be talking about this with him whispering.
DM, just a heads up. I can see nothing on the board. Like I can see the cafeteria, but I don't have a mini plonk down, so I can't see anything.
Oh, you don't have one on the board? Oh, I guess it disappeared. Okay, let me get you. Let's just plop it.
Like I was a little confused because I was like, didn't I just have Hope in the dorm room? But then I look in the left corner and he's just not there.
Which map are we on now? 'Cause I
You
can't
are
see it in the.
at... Huh, why is it not...
Oh, we're
They're at the
in-
academy.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're in
'cause
Talespire.
I'm on the right.
Talespire crashed.
Okay, I'm on the right map then. I was wondering because I didn't see my mini.
Huh.
If I heard somebody's Talespire crash, I can stream it for you.
I just have to restart it. I didn't notice
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
I think I
something's
might
up
have
with
got a
mine,
pop
so
up
I'm
and I was
gonna
like,
pop
go
out
away.
and pop back in.
I mean, you can stream it for me because
Sure.
my computer crashes whenever I launch Talespire. Hopefully that changes soon, but
What other fun? I still have the golden potion.
Oh no!
Val
That's
also
gonna
has
be-
his own, the silver one.
I
We still
suddenly
have-
go blind and deaf.
we still We still have the stink bomb.
That's terrible.
You don't. I don't though. You're okay. Sorry.
There we go. So, there he stands. Does a little bow. Hope, sir. Sorry. I just wanted to let you know that I mean, I don't know how much. I don't know. I can help be your tutor for certain studies to help you out, or just I don't know. I can
Hope
heal.
kinda... You can heal. Well, first of all, relax. Believe it or not, I'm a nervous wreck half the time too. So it's fine. I get it.
She
Secondly,
takes a breath and goes from the 90% stress to 75.
hope is about the same. You can heal. So honestly, so can I, but probably not as well as you.
That's what
My abilities are weird.
That's what I want to do with my life. Heal people.
Well, I'm glad that makes one of us. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet. I kind of fidget with a little light cantrip in my hand.
Well,
Val, you have
sorry.
that potion, right? We can mix it in a pot. Static.
Not-
Sorry.
Fal would just go, not yet, get up, because the mention of the potion gave him an idea. He's going to be wandering around for a little bit and eventually return to the table, sits down with a new book, 1,000 Ways to Cook Chicken, and proceeds to hold it up instead so that if Hope looks back, he can see the cover.
You stopped Penumbra from taking over the school, right?
Yes, it wasn't just me. I had a bit of help, but yeah, that was in part me.
Would you be able to? Are you wanting to? You weren't going to be sorry for asking this. You weren't going to be an adventurer, right?
I mean, that's not in the cards. That's not.
Sorry,
That's
what I
not the
mean to say
plan.
is, are you willing to help people?
Oh, yeah. Typically, is something wrong?
And she looks back. Come with me. And
Oh, cocks his head to the side. Sure.
kind of rushes outside.
Give chase, give chase, give chase.
If I can find a place to hide, I will. But
Yeah, she goes over to the fountain. Nobody else seems to be in the area.
I'm gonna lean up against this wall here.
Fal's not exactly
There
going
we
to
go.
be hiding.
I'm not hiding. I'm just like leaning against it, still, quote unquote, reading my book.
And in a voice too quiet for anyone else to hear, she says, I don't want to force this on you or ask you too much, but I need to find a necromancer specialized in healing.
He tilts his head. Necromancer. What for?
I just need one.
Kinda cocks his head to the side. Look, whatever it is, I'm not going to get upset. But believe it or not, I've got some weirdness myself, and he kind of just fiddles with one of his cantrips.
Are they leaning in close together?
I mean, they're in conversation, so they're not exactly far apart.
I'm just asking
like-
this if they suddenly drop their toe, and the first thing Fal's going to do is lean over to and go,
good time?
They quiet.
Yes, I think it's a good time. I'm gonna nonchalantly, just quietly, not trying to make a thing. And as I walk by, I'm just gonna like come from this way, right, and walk by near them, not listening, not anything. I'm just gonna take a handful of the silver powder, and yeet it into the air above them.
Do I see
And
this?
keep walking, and keep walking. I'm coming right around this way. It's a drive-by.
You would see the approach as she freezes up when someone comes near.
Hope like doesn't turn sharp, but it's like he kind of eyeballs you.
As I'm approaching,
Yeah.
and then as I get there, handful of silver dust, yeet it into the air, and then keep walking.
Hope says nothing to you, and his face just goes pink.
She takes a step back, kind of around the fountain.
Easy. They're not.
Loop
The-
around and come back with foul.
Val just gives a nod of approval and a thumbs up.
They clearly are trying to be helpful, but don't exactly know what they're doing. You need a
He's not wrong.
necromancer. How powerful, I guess, is really what I'm asking, because you can find all sorts of people who know how to use that craft.
I know there's some in the school, but their prices are just... they're too high.
Well, what needs done?
I make a persuasion check, as she's obviously hesitating with some...
I do
deeply
that with
personal-
advantage
Yeah.
because of Ulfgar.
I was about to say
Thank God
disadvantage,
for
but no.
advantage.
No, it's a straight roll for the strangeness of the the golden dust that is now caking the top of your head. But
That's fair.
Yeah, 24.
It's silver. 25,
Nah,
25 gold pieces worth of silver.
Oh, then
You
it's
threw
fine.
25 gold worth of silver at me?
I
Is that-
did.
She's gonna marry you. It's fine.
Exactly.
Silver's much better, and that's okay.
Is that your ceremony one?
That was the ceremony stuff that I had in my pocket.
You know, I can
You-
use ceremony, right?
It's so much more worth it this way.
That's true.
It's thematically appropriate, but she says, I think if I can trust you, I think I can. My little sister needs a new heart.
Oh.
And only a necromancer can help.
That's what the gold's going towards, isn't it?
Yeah, I could afford a bunch of stuff, but everything is... I'm saving it up. Even the
Hope kinda-
Adventurers Guild right now can't help.
Hope kind of grasps at his chin a bit. Well, for starters, how much are they asking for?
The one I found, it was 500 gold,
Hope's eyes kind of.
and that wasn't even
Bug
for a
out a bit.
guarantee.
That's steep, that's for sure.
And even if I did have it, I don't know. I'd only want a guarantee. I don't want chances.
I understand that. I've got a little sister at home. I understand. Hmm.
We live in the city together, but it's just me and her.
Hope thinks for a moment. Yes, that is 72.2 feet.
I'm worried why you're measuring.
Yeah, me too.
I'm thinking spitball.
That's one hell of a set of lugs. I'll say that.
Just, we have
The
arrows.
vampire I ran into, the vampire lawyer. No, he's a lawyer. He's not a cleric. Never mind.
Lawyers might know doctors.
How long do you need? Like, how long do I have? I guess is what I'm asking.
she's fine for a good while now. She's not in the threat of death. It's just she can't do anything, and it will become a problem in a couple years.
Do I know of anything back home that would fit this description? That's a bit of a reach.
Make
I know,
a
but
medicine check just from studies. Perhaps the orc professor has touched on it in one of his random lectures about random things.
gotcha.
And this rock can function as a heart for 2 days.
Yeah, which
Nothing.
no, the professor doesn't really have much interest in the medical field, mainly about rocks.
I do. I know. I don't know of anyone that could, but I can definitely keep an eye out. At least, couldn't yet. And his brain goes kind of back to Ulfgar as the closest thing he can think of.
Thank you, but just know I don't. I care about my sister, but I don't want just money. I don't want to just have it. It should be earned, or at least paid off. And I'm sorry for dumping this on you. That's so stupid of me to talk about this, but
Oh, Hope shakes his head. Take it easy. We all go through things.
okay. You're a good person, Hope.
Kind of have to be. I don't have much charm.
I don't think so.
Hey, Foul.
And she,
pull out
on
a
tippy
horn from my-
toes, gives you a peck on the cheek.
I pull out the horn from my inventory.
That actually surprises even Foul. He just
So
hops back,
Hope
like, what the fuck?
initially,
I was gonna
Hope
say that. You
initially
heard me
blushes,
go.
and
You
then
heard me go, "Hey, Foul," and then I saw what happened and just ripped it out.
You
so
hear,
Hope
as-
blushes with a kiss on the cheek, and then here's the horn, and you know what? I'm making a dexterity saving throw.
As he looks over at the two
Not good.
idiots, as he looks over at the two
That's
idiots,
just-
Foul's actually falling over from surprise, like he didn't expect it either.
followed swiftly by squeals from young women through a window.
Hope kind of just and stumbles backwards, and he turns sharply to Raybar.
Just gonna stand there waving fast, just like big smile on my face. 2 thumbs up.
What is it?
Putting her hands around her behind her back, she's blushing thoroughly. Let me know if you need help with anything. And starts to scurry off.
Hope kind of gives a half-hearted yell. I will, but we'll see what we can do, or at least I will.
What the fuck was that horn?
And you hear smacks of her hitting her friends.
Hope sharply turns to Raybar.
Still 2 thumbs up.
Raybar, make a dexterity saving throw.
70 feet?
Wait, can I
Dexterity?
Oh no, wait. I don't think I can reach you. Well, then he would just
60
move
feet.
closer, so he could reach you.
Okay. Okay, I'll allow this, but I rolled a 12. So, is
Uh,
it radiant?
it is strictly fire damage.
Is this another day?
It's Sunday. Yep.
I should have flown up and done it. It would have been beautiful.
Too late.
Oh no, I
No.
forgot I could fly.
I will openly admit, Hope is not actively trying to like hurt Raybar, but he is looking to scare the shit out of him.
Oh. Light a fire under him, some might say.
Effectively.
I will
And-
say. Oh, sorry.
Hope will use create bonfire under you. And I will
Okay.
just
I
will
failed
take
to save, and you scare me so much, I bamf out my wings. Don't have control of them yet.
and you take just 4 points of fire damage as your feet come alight, and then it immediately gets snuffed out.
Yeah, my feet
As
are
you
alight.
see as you see a look from Hope where you can. This is one of those few times that the meek little Hope, you see his infernal heritage as he glares at you.
Just gonna, like, with wings out still, I have him for a minute. I'm gonna strut over, grab him by the collar, and try to pick him up 10 feet. And drop him.
As they're doing this, Val's finally sitting up and just wiggling a claw in each ear one at a time, just trying to go, can I hear now? No, it's not sounding right. Like, he's not saying anything, but he's clearly wondering whether he lost his hearing.
I'll go
That's
7
surprise.
feet. I'll go 7 feet up with him. I'll try to at least grab him
Yeah,
by
it
the
is
collar.
difficult to make an athletics check to carry someone else when you're flying.
Athletics? Ooh, I have a huge bonus to this.
Also, there is a. It didn't matter.
Doesn't matter, you rolled a 3.
Wait,
Don't
no, you
have-
don't. You have a plus 0.
I know, there was sarcasm in that.
Oh,
Oh.
my brain is smooth.
So I just
So-
I'm trying to tug you, but I'm just floating above you.
I just kind of let my weight drop. That's looking really well out for you, isn't it, Raybar?
These wings are nothing but an embarrassment.
Yeah. Well, now you know how I feel.
Oh, no, I'm perfectly fine.
You say that, but I know you're not.
Your words cut deep, little man. If he dropped his weight, did you, like, fall to the ground dropping your weight? Like, dead weight?
Yeah, the minute you tried to pick him up, he tried to become as heavy as possible.
Don't go bonus
Okay,
on me.
so- What?
Don't go bonus on me.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna, as if he's on the ground, I'm gonna reach down to pick him back up. Getting rid of the
He-
wings.
Yep. Not
He-
off
he-
the
he
ground,
takes
but
it.
The intent is shown.
He
What?
takes
Sorry?
it and just.
What'd you say, Scott?
Not off the ground, but your intent is obvious.
Okay. Yeah. I give him a pat on the back. A little hard, but like a brotherly slap on the back. You did good, my friend. No, chomp my ass.
So you heard that? Yeah, that silver dust didn't do me any favors.
I thought it looked magical. I should have flown over you and done it, though. It would have been so much better.
He just kind of face palms a bit and presses a couple fingers up into his forehead.
Notes for the next time I do this.
There won't be a next time you do this, or next time I'm going to sick the familiar on you.
You know the cat loves me.
In Celestial, I say, understand.
And back in Celestial is, that cat loves me. It won't ever hurt me.
He seemed pretty keen on making you embarrassed, so.
But I still enjoy the cat, and the cat enjoys me.
He slowly exhales as a lot of the stress from that disappears.
My old friend, the pouty face doesn't suit you. You did a good job.
Well,
We saw.
now I need to.
We both saw
keep a
that
look.
kiss there.
Well, I still need to help her with what she needs.
That I will not ask any questions of, because I do respect that.
Now I just have to either find someone or
Make yourself someone.
in a way.
It's possible. We are at a school where they teach you many a thing. Whatever it is, you may be able to find it here.
I already came here to just study the nature of my powers. Studying the arcane wouldn't be beyond the possibility.
Well, we don't know where your powers might lead. You may be the strongest of all of us and nobody knows.
Something tells me I doubt that.
Have faith, my friend.
We're back!
Wow, that was some of the hottest action I've seen yet.
As you see through a window, soup can stand with a bunch of popcorn.
What?
So you heard some kind of call to arms?
Val,
Oh,
How loud was the horn? Scott, because I wasn't controlling it. It was just a spur of the moment. As soon as I saw it, I just blew. So how loud was that?
Disruptingly loud.
Yeah? Sweet.
Foul's just looking up at Soup Sam with utter confusion. He's like, "Wait, you can do more than soup?" Like
Oh,
he just
no.
has the most
I
indignant
stole this.
look on his face.
From the useless chef.
Foul would just nod at that. Yeah, that makes sense. All is
It
right. in his
doesn't even
world,
taste
yeah.
that good. Continues eating.
Foul just makes another face and just walks off.
I could use less butter.
Hope is gonna just walk with Raybar. Well, now I have to do some studying. Extensively.
Well, you know, if you need help, you have us. All
Yeah,
of us.
it is Sunday.
Speaking of things I need you guys for, let's go talk in private.
Alright.
I don't know if I like where that's going or not.
You shouldn't. Let's go.
Great. Another thing to do this week.
Follow.
Not quite this week.
Foul
As we're
knows the
walking,
size
as
of
we're
Foul
walking.
is.
Sorry. As we're walking, Warden, it was amazing.
I wish I got to see it. Oh my god.
There was silver dust involved. There was a horn. I popped out my wings again. It was beautiful.
You should talk to a doctor about that wing thing.
Probably should.
What's
Just
Raybar is saying is that
no, I'm whispering.
he's the
I'm
one who
whispering.
Oh, my
I'm
bad.
trying to be
Okay.
quiet.
Also, don't forget you can shift click your mini and then teleport them right to the dorm room.
Ah, yeah, I just didn't. Also, just so you know, she kissed him.
Good for her. She knows what she wants.
It was a supreme display of charisma from our friend there.
I'm happy for them.
Yes.
We should continue to get in the way of this. You do realize this.
Oh,
We've already started on this path. If we don't stay in the way of this, it'll be very disappointing.
It would. Yes, I'm
I
with
can
you
see
on
what's happening, and I don't have a clue. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air.
Here's Raybar.
Is that Soup Can Sam just singing as we're heading back to our dorm room?
Oh, sure. Why not?
He's just following us upstairs.
Right, these stairs don't work. That's right.
There you go. Just port yourself. No, it's
Yeah, I
okay.
did. Yeah, it's not your fault. You're fine. You built a very large map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is not easy to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So anyway, now that we are upstairs and alone, Sam,
He's left night by now.
good, he's not here. Now that we're upstairs and alone, we had a job offer, kind of.
Kind
Yeah?
of.
Why do we keep getting roped into things?
Because
Well,
people think that we're good people, even though we've only done breaking and entering thus far, at least together.
That point.
But
Continue.
it's also because we pissed off Pelumbra, and guess what? We're going to be doing that some more, maybe, possibly. I want to.
I'm in.
Foul would nod.
I don't need any more explanation. I'm in.
Honestly,
Ulfgar will,
Ooh, go ahead.
all right, Ulfgar will hold out the token that he got from Tolkien. He got this from the leader of the Adventurers Guild.
How's the did you say it was metal?
Bronze?
Bronze.
Yeah, bronze token.
How's the craftsmanship on it? I want to know.
Not too crazy. It's meant to be rather subtle.
Okay. Noted.
This token, whenever we feel prepared, to take on Penumbra in some way.
And
We can
exposing a conspiracy with their cohorts, and just in general, getting ourselves in trouble with the law, and hopefully making her look like an ass.
You know
Sounds
what?
like a whole lot of thinking, and that's not what I do.
Hold on though. This actually might work in our favor. If there's a conspiracy, as you say, that might be grounds enough to get her terminated.
I doubt it.
Potentially could.
One can hope.
I mean,
No pun intended.
That also kind of reveals our hand, while we have zero evidence other than what little we were able to get out of Val. No offense, Val.
well,
Val just shrugs at that. He understands.
this.
He could not understand anything they were saying either. So he's like, it's true.
here's a thing to think about. If she's arrested, she can't teach. So if we can figure out the said conspiracy and it's actually against the law, then we could. She wouldn't be teaching, now would she?
He completely understood that we were too green for this, so I'm not willing to do this just yet.
Oh no, I'm.
Val would also, at this point, raise his right claw. Timing before graduation.
That is a good idea.
It's just like the. It's just like the silver dust. All about timing.
There's also the fact that by doing this, we're getting ourselves involved with the Adventurers Guild, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
But it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I never really understood, aside from the ones that you do run into from time to time, why it was so bad. I mean,
They're not needed anymore.
Val just answers with one word: thugs.
Yes, they're mercenaries and thugs at this point.
Like the actual thugs calling him a thug. Just so everyone knows.
Considering the fact that all the monsters have been mostly eradicated, dungeons have all been plundered. I mean, think about it. What else?
Reading other things from the GM handout.
Shh.
I know. It's just, everyone needs a career, that kind of thing.
No, I'm with you. I don't think they're horrible, but sadly, it seems like in this case, it's few bad apples can spoil the bunch.
Well, I'm familiar with that. All right.
Is that a dig? I feel like that's a dig.
It's not a dig on you. Let's put it that way.
Well, I would also like to. Do we have any drinks? Any water? Anything?
I can go fetch some water.
I mean,
Leftover
I have
soup,
my water skin. Do we have leftover soup?
probably, at this point.
I'm gonna hold my soup up. I prepare a toast.
Who?
Val just takes a look at the soup and backs
To your
away.
girlfriend.
To Hope's newfound love.
To Hope's girlfriend.
And I'm just gonna finish the rest of my soup.
Hope kind of just goes pink.
I'm going to accidentally drink the golden potion.
Is that accidentally in quotes or accidentally?
Accidentally, like I'm doing it on purpose as a player, but
Okay, the gold potion from earlier. Let's see, that was like 2 sessions back.
magnetism again.
Oh God.
Nope. Okay, you drink it.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
And then you look at the glass, the once glass vessel that it contained the potion in, and you see that it's covered with golden glitter, completely.
Huh.
Warden, are you okay?
Warden?
Warden,
Did
you
you
realize what
mean
you
to
just
drink
drank?
that, right?
What was this?
That was a
The-
potion from Soup Can Sound.
I mean, technically yes, because I love drinking Sam's potions because it makes you all flustered. But
Here, have another one. I hand the golden potion.
So you gain the pizzazzed Midas touch. Anything you touch is completely covered with gold dust. Fool's gold,
I'm gonna
but
touch.
still.
I'm gonna touch Hope.
Wait, is that for us to see as well, or is it just a hallucination?
No, it just is there.
Oh.
I'm dropping glitter everywhere.
Gold glitter everywhere. You guys start.
If I would,
sneezing.
We're never getting it out.
Whose room are we in? This is important.
Mine and
We're all
Fowls.
Val's actually going to hold his hand up for asking Warden to stop. Quickly tug his bed sheet off of his bed, lay it out on the ground, and just gesture for Warden to stand on it, and then just go clap.
I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it. This gold dust. So, not that I want to break the economy. Is this
No,
just
it's
glitter?
It is just glitter. It's fool's gold.
Okay.
Yeah. Sparkly, very fine. Could die if you breathe it all in, but you know, don't.
We got healers. It's fine.
Could
Not
die,
level
but
5 healers.
So once Val finally realizes, probably like 20 claps later, maybe 30, he's not the brightest tool in the shed, that it's not actually real gold as he picks up a piece and tries to examine it. He's just going to let out a low sigh of defeat when he realizes it's just glitter. And he just glitter bombed his own damn bed.
Foul, you do realize we can't sell this, right?
Val just gives him a sad look.
You
Roll
did-
a
you didn't.
D20 foul.
Sorry, what?
Roll a D20.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm
fuck.
just going to click the Arcana because it's a straight D20.
It's gonna take you 16 baths to maybe get all the glitter out. Maybe.
oh no! While I'm in here, I'm gonna go ahead and touch all of Hope's things.
The one time I roll high. One
Wait,
time.
why are you... No, don't touch...
Pull out manacles. Help!
Warden's just cackling as she's running her hand up bookshelf.
Help me! I'm trying to
Hope is
capture
gonna-
Warden.
Fowl just looks at the verb he has, is like, a few more baths won't hurt, and just goes to help. Hope, possibly turning himself
Hope is
into a
gonna
glitter
cast
cat.
Tensor's floating disc. And it's just gonna kind of start putting it in the way of Warden, and just
I
try
just
try
touch
and
the
push
floating
Warden
disc over
back
and over
towards
and over.
Raybar.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Warden, make a melee attack.
What
This
do
is
I do?
dumb.
You're just.
I'm
destined
trying to get
get-
him with manacles, or her with manacles.
Okay, make a athletics.
Oh god, I'm so bad at those.
Wait, who's making a dex check? Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay, my brain had
Aw.
a moment.
13 for
No.
manacles?
Make an opposing acrobatics or athletics check.
Oh, you get acrobatic.
Yeah, because she can slip away if she wants. Yeah.
Gotta love the dex space.
She does touch the manacles, and you, by extension, doing that. You now have gold manacles. And are sneezing.
You now have gold manacles. This is ridiculous.
I'm gonna, in Hope's room, just shake him off.
Come on!
I don't want this on my manacles. It has to go back in my bag.
You think I want this in my room?
I don't care. Stuffing the manacles and trying to get all the glitter off. Stuffing the manacles back in my bag.
Hope exhales irritatedly.
As Warden escapes from the manacles, she's just gonna bop Hope on the side of the head.
Enough to deal damage, or
No,
not that
just-
serious?
Just
Nope.
touch.
Eventually,
is it?
After a couple minutes, it does pass, but it's a little too late as you are now, and this entire room covered
Is
in
it?
gold glitter.
I'm gonna produce light on the tip of my gun, I guess, and just spin the gun on my finger to make like it blindingly bright and sparkly.
Oh yeah,
'Cause-
everything.
yes, yes.
This is ridiculous. Oh no, my cat!
Yeah, Fowl has got first, so he is covered in glitter, and he's just like, I'm stuck like this. Like he's got the most forlorn look that you guys have ever seen a man have.
Imagine my cat is like right next to you, like irritatedly trying to shake all of the gold dust out of its fur.
For once, they get along because they both don't want the glitter.
Yep, you were all totally covered,
I look
along with the
even
room.
more pretty.
Yeah, basically for the rest of the time you guys are in school, that room will have glitter somewhere in it.
We're going to be finding glitter in like ridiculous places. Like I'll be trying to cast a spell from Book of Shadows, and I'll find like a piece of glitter on the sigil, and the whole spell will go ascend because it.
Or you know, if you
in
slam a
case
book
any
down a
of-
bit too
Yeah,
roughly.
in case any of you have the spell Prestidigitation, you realize that the glitter is immune to it.
That's
God.
terrible.
I win. I have won D&D.
I have a horn.
Congratulations!
I
No.
think the glitter wins.
No, can I turn the horn around? So the big end is on my mouth.
Yes.
That's
And
gonna kill
use-
you. That's gonna kill you.
And use it
You gotta. What are you doing?
and blow into it to create a concentrated stream of air
Yes.
and blow glitter even more all over the place.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
glitter in your horn
Is
as
it-
well, but yeah,
Fowl looks even more unamused than you.
you're in a
was
you're in
Fowl.
a
It's
snow
like-
globe at this point.
I still have light going on my gun, so now it's just everywhere is blindingly gold bright.
Hope
This is great.
exhales slowly.
You know what? I tried to stop you, Warden. I just hold out my hand as a handshake. Well played. Well played.
Horn shakes it and covers it with glitter.
For
I'm
the
already
last
covered in
time.
glitter.
It layers, but for the last time. As it fades.
Well, I'm
Well-
not
well-
in charge of cleaning this up, so
Wait,
bye.
While I'm handshaking.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna-
Manacles.
What?
Manacles.
No. I'm gonna grab Warden's hand and noogie her. Just for giving so much trouble at this current moment.
A magnificent noogie as glitter goes everywhere. Again.
The entire time, just. Are you sure you're not a fae?
No, actually.
And I'm done. Sorry.
Motherfucker. The one time Hope doesn't stutter.
So,
Leaving.
I will.
Look, bye.
I will get you for this, Warden.
I count on it, and I'll make the next one even worse.
Fowl just idly considering committing arson as he stares at her.
Hope is hard considering the same thing.
I don't think
What-
arson is on a person is arson.
No, arson is just getting rid of all the glitter at once. And Warden.
Aggravated fire starting. It's like aggravated
Warden-
assault, except worse.
Oh, God. Sorry. I feel bad for Scott because that took a.
Oh.
So Scott is enjoying this as much as you are. Don't worry.
Oh,
wow.
This is why I drink every potion that Soup Can Sam is giving me.
I have another one.
But,
Please to know.
I'll drink it next session. It's fine.
Yeah, it's gonna take you guys a while to run out of the. I have a D100 of Supcan Sam's potions.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Hey, he's been my NPC for every game ever. Yep.
So, for the next hour, where Tensor's floating disc is around, Hope is kind of just gonna half-heartedly start well, first he's gonna open a window, then he's going to
Using it as a
It's-
dustpan.
use it as effectively as a dustpan, then bring it over to the window, and just create bonfire for like a split second to burn it all to smoke. To try and get it out.
As he does that, Val's actually going to probably try to pick up the cat and head it off to the baths just to start washing off. Because he
Our
can't go anywhere looking
bathtub
like
will
this.
be forever ruined.
Exactly.
Yeah. In fact, this. We'll just
I'm pretty
say
sure that this
you
is the
guys
one
are
I've seen.
essentially quarantined in this floor for the next little bit.
Would it be safe to say this is one of the few times where a cat wouldn't actually mind being given a bath?
Oh,
No, 100%.
Because this is one of the times where it's like rare solidarity between the two cats.
Yeah, like in fact, even though you guys are cleaned up before you leave your dorm and collect what you can, you can just put in your inventory 5 pounds of gold dust you can accommodate and put in a barrel somewhere.
Who's keeping the 5 pounds of gold dust?
Warden
Foul
will.
in his fur.
Warden will.
Even then, Supcan Sam, even if he's fired for this, he'll have left his touch as well as Warden onto the school because somehow, some way, pieces of glitter will be left in different rooms as you guys make your way through the day.
Yes.
So,
I hope to leave. I'm gonna leave a little bit in my hair, actually.
I doesn't have a choice.
like a
I'm gonna
disease, it will
purposefully
spread
leave.
through the school, even if it's hard to spot. But
Pretty sure every time Foul sets his books down for the next week, he's going to be spreading glitter just because he sets everything down on the ground a bit hard, and there's still glitter somewhere in his fur somewhere with having needed to take so many baths.
Yeah,
And then it gets worse from there.
You don't even have school Monday just so you can clean up that mess. But with that event triggered, you all spend the next while studying, doing well in your tests, and getting stronger, learning more, learning better things to become what you want to be. And this is when we will time skip a couple years to the 5th year.
Every
So-
time I'm into Number's room, I shake a little bit of gold dust into
I-
the room.
I was about to say, I'm actually kind of angry that I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another one.
Unfortunately, even Anua is behind the rule of no spreading glitter to the faculty and to the classrooms.
Oh.
Willingly.
Okay.
So,
If he
over
ever
the
gets
next...
on, if he ever gets on Foul for it, Foul's just gonna give him the most pathetic look and go, "Didn't want to, fur."
So,
One of my focuses as like a personal project will be, I think Hope will start researching like limb and organ transplants via necromantic means,
And
if that makes sense.
and funnily enough, Mallory will be your study partner with that because that is one of the things she wishes to study. And it is pretty obvious that it would take a powerful necromancer to make such a delicate operation. But it is possible if time allows. It would be more a race to see if you guys studied hard together and like specifically went into necromancy in the healing ways. It would
might be
be a
able to-
race to see if you could heal her before her sister died. much easier to find a necromancer who is willing to pay for it.
Hope is going to like continue looking around, but this is something that now has piqued his interest. If he can find something in town, he will see if he can scrounge up enough money over the years to help pay for it.
Okay.
If there's nothing available, he's going to give it his all in trying to research it.
Okay. So after a couple years of studying with her, first of all, I have a couple questions for everyone to decide what you're going to do the next few years. First of all, will Hope accept her feelings?
Yes.
Okay. You have a girlfriend. Congratulations.
Yay!
Roll a basic charisma check.
Basic charisma? Okay.
Okay. With the with being a disadvantage and the friends, quote unquote, you have, it will take you till the 4th year for her to actually come out and ask you, or you to ask her, and by the 5th year, you guys are a couple.
There is exuberant celebrating.
Oh yeah,
From Ray
Soup Can
Parties.
Sam even like makes a special meal just for you guys, made completely of like peach blossoms. It's gonna be pink, and if love potions were legal, this would be one, but it's just shy of that. Like, it's even investigated to see if he made a love potion, but not quite. A couple couples were made because of that instance, but I digress.
Soup Can Sam's tenure is very strenuous.
Oh yeah, one other thing, Soup Can Sam, having only having his cooking duties relegated to just breakfast and lunch, is now available to be an instructor, and he does so, being the alchemist instructor for the school. Yep, so if you wish to see his tower, it's the one with all the crazy plants in it.
Gotcha.
And those...
I think Warden would.
Yeah, so actually Raybar would too, because it would probably have some bearing, a little bit of alchemy at least, to be able to figure out what type of metal would work with the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
And Ulfgar, as a brewer, would also be interested.
And the funny thing is, it isn't a regular class. Like, there's no seats. You all just stand around, and one of the main things you learn is that he doesn't have any idea what he's doing. What he does is he makes a potion, lets you all see him making it, gives it to you. And every class, someone's a guinea pig, and they try it. And you all learn kind of Socrates style together. What?
This is like...
Until the first bad one happened, Warden would volunteer every time.
Yeah, there's...
Val, on the other hand, probably has had to be dragged by the scruff of his neck to some of those classes because he'd be spending most of his free time trying to get better at building guns and constructing weapons.
Mm-hmm. And
he does not want to be Soup Can Sam's test subject.
Right, you're all drawing straws at the end for who is the poor unfortunate soul. Yeah, and it takes a nose turned upside down for Warden to probably say no, thank you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I smell weird. Anyway.
What? What?
Warden smells weird.
Nose upside down, eyes smell weird.
Oh. I heard I smell weird, and I was like, well, that was out of nowhere.
Any major decisions that you guys make, would you like to make any? You have 4 years. You can, of course, come to me with them during the week, but right now, what do you...
Fowl would actually like to focus heavily on getting into constructing weapons, namely guns, and while he doesn't have the access to the ammo or anything like that.
I would be doing the exact same, so we'd probably be working together. On
In that case, with that, he would actually probably call in his favor eventually, just to ask for better tools so that he can build guns and that they both can construct their own weapons.
Okay. So
All
the-
he wants is just, the tools and the know-how to get the job done.
yeah, so if that is your favor to be called in,
Yep.
you would actually get a serious set of tools and pretty much forever access to a forge nearby to actually be able to experience and forge your own thing. So by the 5th year, I would say you guys would be able to construct your own gun.
Also, Raybar would be helping Fowl through it to make it go faster with his smithing background.
Right. He would
Already
definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, with my smithing proficiency and my backstory. Yeah.
Probably by the 3rd year, he'd stop attaching shifts to everything.
Fair enough.
I think
Daggers now.
He'd still have a few, but they're no longer blatantly on display.
Switchblade.
so.
Yep.
Over the years, Hope would be joining in with the headmaster. At some point, it would come up, and I think Hope would attempt to probably use his favor to try and really double down on the studies he's trying to help Mallory with. Access to information he wouldn't normally have means ways to produce such an item. Maybe a place to do it that would be able to do it and do it properly. Some way to get this done before time expires.
So you're calling in your favor to help out with Mallory's sister.
Yes.
Well,
And in this moment,
if that is your favor, I would be capable of doing such operation.
You would?
I have studied all of the schools of magic, and as long as she is not with any other complications, it should be a simple matter.
Is that a guarantee?
Yes.
One moment. I'll use message. At whatever point this has been, I imagine it's later down the road.
yeah.
As things are like getting down to the wire. Mallory, I may have found someone.
Sending, you mean? Not message? 'Cause
Sure.
message
Well,
was
we're in
sended-
the I'm in the school.
Oh, okay.
And she'll probably be close
So-
enough by. Why not?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I've only been working with him for the past 3 years on other things. I trust his word. You'll probably know him too.
Speechless.
No, I got no response.
Speechless. Just
She's
Mm.
at a loss.
You
oh.
ever shared with the others, Hope, that any
And
of this
then-
information?
Well,
A sending message comes to you. First time she's ever said it. I love you.
the Hope's smile is like ear to ear.
Oh my
But
god.
He's happy about it for more than one reason.
Warlock's the first one to get a girlfriend.
So Hope she was already pretty secretive with Hope and did not want to tell him as far as he could tell. The odds of him sharing aren't very high.
Mhm.
Unless she were to give him express permission to do so.
She probably wouldn't.
Then no, he probably wouldn't share a damn thing.
Okay.
Hope's nothing if not trustworthy.
But you, her, and the principal, some Saturday, go to her little hovel. It is. What it is it's a home constructed inside of an alley. Like, there's boards and, like, a roof and everything. But the rent is. There's no rent. But in a
Wonder
bed
what if
that
offered
is
this-
actually
that.
new. The bed is new. A little girl looks to be 6 years old. the principal goes over to her, and with a wave of his hand, you all teleport to another pocket dimension for a bit, and he conducts the operation. Within the month, her little sister, name's Rosebud, is now jumping about, living her life, and you get a hint of a message from one of her friends that you kind of are forced to hang around with. That at this point, if you were to pop the question, she would be okay with it.
Jesus.
But that's for a later time. As for the rest of you, any major decisions, any major changes, little quests that you do on like a weekend vacation?
Val's probably actually going to bother an Uber a bunch, trying to get like just asking for, can I go to the firing range? Can I go to the, or no, firing range please, firing range please, actual ammo please. Just hoping to wear him down eventually so that he can actually use proper ammunition and not the blank cartridges that don't have a proper kick.
Yes, by the 4th year, you would be allowed into the basement area where there is a firing range with force walls of force around it to protect everyone, but you are allowed time to actually practice along with any other firearm people.
Because he would be definitely practicing that and his ability to wield the gun with a shield.
And by the 4th year, more students are allowed to have actual weapons. That is a huge change that Anua has insisted upon for a while.
As he's practicing, since we're kind of doing similar things, I'm practicing wielding dual pistols the entire time. I have not, if I have a pistol in my hand, there is another one in the other.
Make a acrobatics or just a weapon shot for me.
A weapon shot?
Yeah, with your pistols.
With my, all right. Yeah, I'll just do the 19.
Okay, so in your
Not bad.
practices, you do not roll below a 5 and lose a finger, so you feel confident in your ability to not wound your allies or yourself by wielding these.
Sweet. And also trying to figure out a way to make lighter. But that'll be. I'll draft up and actually give you some actual thing of the guns I want to make.
So
I'll
next
send
week,
those
come
to you.
with me. Come to me with like one gun that you would like to actually make.
Yeah.
I suggest taking the Matt Mercer's Gunslinger guns and personalizing it just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
How
That's what I
far
was
can
going
we
to do.
go with the personalization since Val's doing the same thing? Like, how far can we go personalization-wise?
Shoot your shot, and I will let you know if I shoot it down.
All right, but I should clarify then. I mean, do you mean like, say, secondary effects
Like or hand mortar has explosion.
Yep, or something like plus fire or whatever damage, or
We'll talk through it.
okay, just wanted to
And you can
clarify.
always actually roll the because right now I'm giving it to you free, but if you want something a little more complex, you can always roll for it.
Works for me. Val's gonna be practicing mainly trying to get used to using a shield with his gun, namely so he can actually, provide his own cover since he's not exactly sneaky with his size.
Okay.
But he's going to be very slow and deliberate in practicing rather than actually trying to rush it.
Is anyone else doing major things? Warden?
Warden is going to be joining the Cobalt team, or a Cobalt team.
Oh yeah. So about the Kobach event. For your first year, it's not available to first year. Second year, it's the arena is under construction, so people could actually make more things, more complex designs and fortresses and whatnot. By the 4th year, you guys are all available to be part of like the junior team. But at the start of the 5th year, we're going to get into you guys are now officially your own team. We're going to go through making a name. We're going to go through a game maybe in the next coming sessions, and the repercussions of what this game could do. Because it's not just a simple high school football game. It's like college
Actual
football.
strategy, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like we're talking Super Bowl level something.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, 5th year. That's when you guys get into it. When we come back.
The wait, Ulfgar has something else. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Ulfgar will actually be looking into Hope's condition in terms of like finding out if there's a way to have a vampire take the last blood dose without being addicted, or if there's anything to counteract that.
Oh yeah.
Specifically taking on what Hope shared.
That's true. Are you gonna be giving a like a cup of blood every month for the past few years, or
Hope is definitely going to try and delay it as long as possible
Okay.
until either he finds something or someone else finds something.
Make
And Ulfgar
a
will be looking.
Arcana or Medicine check.
I will do medicine. Ooh, that's a 9.
Not sure. Yeah, you don't really have any answers because it is a complex subject. You do know that through studying the law and a couple things, vampires aren't allowed to turn other vampires with a whole bunch of approvals and a whole bunch of laws. That's a serious, complex piece of legalese. So you're not going to be turned into a vampire without a bunch of things going wrong happening. Or if you do, like, he will be seriously punished and killed, maybe. But
I meant to ask this question over the week and I forgot.
ahead.
Is there anything Warden can do to at least anything she can do to make strides towards joining the Hunters Guild?
So there's, it's kind of like signing your life away, though. Joining the Hunters Guild as an actual, like, hunter would mean you. It's like indentured servitude almost, except with a really good pay. It's not advisable for people who want to be free. It's more along the lines of, I've got nothing else to do. But being
Okay, so it's even more of a last resort than joining the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, it's pretty equal with that, but still a little bit iffy. If you wish, because there is a branch of Hunters Guild, a very small one, that is more for information gatherers. That is possible, but with years of trust and giving away information for free. So it's a high bar to get into the Adventurers Guild without selling your soul. And I say that not legally, not like literally.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
It's like a 60-hour work week with a band on all that time. You can take the band off after hours, but it's hard work.
So likely the answer is no. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Yeah, even hearing that, Warden would probably back off.
Mm-hmm.
I know we had the thing with the Adventurers Guild. Are we considering doing that?
Yeah, that'll be an option in this 5th year.
The other thing, Ulfgar, what I kind of keep an eye out for is for Bella and Emily, in terms of making sure they're all right, and learning anything that he can about how the situation with orphanages, etc.
Yep, and they seem to be doing okay. They sold a couple things to help out with the orphanage and alleviate the stress on the Hunters Guild. but it's okay.
Also, a thought occurred to me. In some time during these years, I will probably explain the vampire situation to Mallory and ask if she knows anything of the sort that could help with that.
Well, she doesn't know. And very worried for you.
He doesn't exactly blame her.
Yeah.
He's kind of worried too.
If Warden is around, she'll be like, "We're working on it!"
Yeah, in her studies, though, I would say she would discover that this particular vampire is super tricky with his contracts, and many people who have signed his contracts that, like, aren't wealthy have often ended up regretting it.
I might be able to ask my family, but I don't know how well they're getting along right now.
Speaking of, I assume that you all are keeping constant contact with if you have loved ones at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably at the end of each year to basically say, "Hey, I'm alive."
Yeah,
But
and Ulfar will actually
Same
have.
with Val. While he did want to only wait until he's achieved success, he at least would send one letter during a major milestone as far as he's concerned, such as finally being able to carry proper weapons and being considered properly trained.
So,
Oh, meanwhile, with... Oops, sorry.
I was going to say my letters would just be going through Ulfgar, though, not by me.
okay.
Ulfgar will also have like one of his grandkids occasionally check up on Raybar's dad and let him know how they're doing.
I think Hope out of all of them would be pretty frequent. Also, eventually, Hope is not somebody who really keeps things a secret unless asked. So he'd probably explain what's up with his parents and any suggestions, maybe advice from them.
Okay. Well, as far as letters returned, Hope. Through the years, it's obvious that there are some political tensions in the Southern Sapphire, specifically traditionally the Angel side have handled most of the serious politics, the foreign politics and stuff like that, and they have the mayor most of the time. But the Devil side want to actually split off and legally be their own city with their own mayor and with their own rules and laws. So there is it's not bad, but there is some unease with that area.
Gotcha.
Since your
Warden.
sister is a secretary of the mayor, she has the inside loop to that.
Warden would send letters home with parcels, even if it does take longer, and make treats for her dad, like desserts that wouldn't rot over the trip.
Okay, we'll get to you last. Ulfgar. Helja is doing well, and she sends letters back to you, and then around the 4th year, it's evident that the newly constructed tavern next door is stealing away all of her customers. She has grown to be the head barkeep, head cook as well of the establishment, and partial owner. But in the end, the business is not looking good. The one next door has more seating, better drinks for almost cheaper prices.
Better pizza, Papa John's.
Absolutely. Faster service. More attractive staff. And it's only like the solid loyal customers that are coming now. But it is obvious that through your finagling of information and her replies, this tavern is constructed with the help of the um, Silver. What was their name? The Silver Mirror Guild. With the help of them and with the influence of somebody in Criella who happens to, purely by chance be connected with Plenumbra.
Because of course.
And Raybar, there's some replies, but it is obvious that your family is falling on hard times as the Silver Mirror is growing even more controlling of the city, and your family is considering moving if they have this funds, which they're struggling to get.
Okay.
But they're all alive and they're all doing okay, healthily, everything.
All one of them?
Yes.
My
all one of them.
father?
Yeah, he just doesn't have the wherewithal to find a new apartment somewhere else. Since he actually can't work, he's doing odd jobs for individual people. Yes, and now we go to Warden. The second letter from you finds its return being short but curt. Yeah, curt. Your father says, I apologize, miss, but I am not sure who you are.
Warden will continue sending it undaunted.
Okay. Eventually, the Hunters Guild will say that you can't send anything more because he has requested that you do not send anything else to this guy.
In which case, she will stop.
Okay.
And
I will say, in between years, there is like a week gap. If you do want to go back home, you would be allowed to.
she probably wouldn't.
Okay. Fair enough.
I could see Hope doing that, though, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, Hope going back, you welcome home, everything is good, everything is dandy and fine. Okay. Though, if you were to go to like the Heaven side, you would get a little bit of a cold shoulder from some of the staff and everything, but it's not like Civil War is going to break out.
Right.
Nothing that bad.
They seemingly giving my mother the same cold shoulder.
Yeah. Any tiefling spotted in the Heaven side is immediately suspect of being one of the ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, that adds up. While I'm there, I would probably mention the contract in passing. Go to my dad and then my mother. Advice on this, especially my mother. See what they have to say about it, that kind of thing.
So they wouldn't know initially, but after another year and you come back to visit them, mother and father working together would come up with, there is a certain type of blood, pure angelic blood, not Asmar, but angelic blood, when injected into your blood, would stop you from being addicted to any vampiric bites.
Gotcha. Specifically an angel's blood. Not like an ASMR, but specifically an angel.
Yeah, a full-on
Celestial, yeah.
celestial.
Speaking of celestial beings, What's going on with my spirit guide?
Let me.
Because I don't know if I have one, but I should. Celestial guide, not spirit guide. Because that is a thing.
Be right
for
back.
ASMRs.
I will have to get back to you on that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't know if you knew about that, because that is a thing that not many people know about.
Thought it was a class thing. I didn't read into it.
Yeah, it's a race thing.
Gotcha.
The ASMR guide.
Okay, I will look into that and get back to you.
All right.
Yep. Warden, make one more wisdom check straight.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Will you be keeping the letter?
I will be keeping the letter, yes.
In that case, I'm going to say advantage. So 20. The goodbye letter is a little bit more complex than you had realized. Those the weird shapes in the letters are sparked. You realize they're familiar to a certain contract, just in very, very fine print.
Oh no.
So,
Fuck.
Warden will see if she can get something to help her see it. If it's just a magnifying glass or something even more fine than that.
So, a super powerful magnifying glass, one of the most powerful in the city. You are able to get in contact with for a bit. And in scrolling letters, it says, "Ye poor nameless soul, laugh in your emptiness, child of the wilderness. Learn to be lonely, learn to be your one companion. For a month of darkness is your curse."
Interesting. She'll share it with the group.
A month of darkness.
By the way, just out of character, can you send me that just so I have it in text?
Will do.
File's just going to look at it. Nap long time is his only suggestion.
Well, I
And then
mean,
he just. Sorry, go ahead.
that could work.
And the translation is a bit weird from the Fae. You have to have it translated. A month of darkness is slightly different interpretations. Say it could be a month then eternal darkness, month then eternal endlessness, emptiness. It's more of a feeling than actual words in the very last line.
So it's not a flat month of dark and then everything's normal. It's saying month of something, then darkness.
Something along those lines.
Okay, so Foul would not actually say something that dumb then, because there's a difference between month of darkness, where it's like, oh, big deal, and then month and then darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't like feel strange or anything, do you? Like you can still see and everything.
How far into the years would this be?
This would probably be third year.
Third year? Okay. Just for my own mind.
Yeah.
Wait, everything's going dark. Oh my god.
Wouldn't stop
Insight check.
Stop messing with them.
You pass because she's definitely hamming it up.
Gotcha.
I'm not even gonna try deception.
Val's just going to sigh and just walk off. Like, he's just used to the dramatics at this point. He just gave up a long time ago.
When Raybar said that, there was like a gentle elbow into Warden. Not like the other ones that he's done. The other ones were generally harsher, but this one's a little softer.
Okay. I will say, 4th year comes around, Warden, and you receive a letter. First time since the last one. But it's not from Father or anything. It is from the school itself. And it is asking for your identification. Just to confirm that they know you're a student, but about the legalese of you actually being there.
I will take the letter to the principal.
Okay. Roll a... Do you want to... yeah, roll a 3d10. Okay. It's been a while since you've seen the principal. And upon entering his office...
And who are you and what is your business here?
I helped you out with that issue with Pelumbra?
I'm sorry.
With the boat and the book? I don't remember what was in the book, but you wanted it gone. She blew me up over it.
No, that was someone else.
I mean, I can go and get you witnesses that saw me there, and...
Well, this isn't that matter. It's about your initial attendance. Don't worry, you're going to be staying here. It's just different logistical issues on our part. There has been some confusion from your home area where we would send copies of your certificate to if you were to graduate, claiming that you are not a resident of this city and such things like that. Where is your home?
I was born in the swamps near Edwin's Cove.
That's what we have on file, but I have tried to get in contact with them, but they claim no such person lives there.
I have entered a contract with the Fey being who is trying to erase me from existence. And she'll say that flat, and she's not going to... Like, she's explained this a couple times already.
Well, in all honesty, this is not the first time that it's happened. I'll just put you in wandering for the moment, and then any of those texts will return to your home once you get that sorted out.
Okay. Can I have that sent to a place in town instead of sending it back home?
Very well. That is available.
I'm forgetting the name of the place already. I've said it a couple times. The inn run by our friends.
Angel
Oh.
Waste.
The Angel of Voice.
I'll give him the address of the Angel of Wastes.
It doesn't have an address, but
I'll tell him to send it to the Angel of Wastes in town.
We'll find that location. Okay. Very well, and it might explain why I can't remember you either.
That's worrying me, but I will have it sorted.
and after that
So I
confrontation.
have a question on that.
Yeah.
Does Pelumbra remember Warden?
Yep,
Damn it!
she does. So now that you know something's wrong, after a couple months of asking people and investigating, you realize that anyone who hasn't seen you in a month, you are permanently erased from their memory. And we'll end
Interesting.
tonight's session there.
Fuck!
Oh, that's
Oh.
not good.